collector fish. Chatfish, where are you? Welcome, Chatfish. I'll turn on the game's music again. I will not be using my own music this time. We'll let the game have its music back.
God, the screen.
It just looks like a meme or shitpost or something. Maybe I just can't take anything in the
Literally.
contemporary seriously because it always feels like everything's a meme now. Versus when I see stuff from like the 50s, the 60s, the 40s, the 30s, or whatever, it feels like it's more serious. It feels like everything in our timeline is just kind of silly. But I think it just has to do with the connotation of just culture has shifted. Or maybe they felt that way too.
Yeah.
When their eras. Lighting the match. My God. So, we were supposed to do an America run, but I can't remember who we're supposed to do it for, and I don't know if the Chatfish who paid for this run is actually here. So what this will be, if they don't show up, and if you're watching the VOD, is this will just be a guess and just a practice run. Which, if I had to guess, it's the American Constitutional Government, the American Liberation Army, the Union of America, the Patriot Front. I feel like it's the Patriot Front. I feel like I've heard that. But, like, I don't know if that's actually what I'm supposed to do. The National Socialist Movement.
I remember he wanted you to go with Trump, but beyond that, I don't remember what else it was.
Does the Patriot Front go with Trump? No, I wouldn't think so. Actually, what does it say? Patriot Front, reclaim America, reclaim your birthright. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Blah, 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 blah. It's a song, okay. Union of America, say no to hate, say no to bigotry. Americans People Liberation Army, American Constitutional Government, Save America, President Trump, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. Oh my God, I can't believe it's a song. What the fuck? They're all just songs, aren't they?
Look. Everyone knows the best song is I Am a Real American.
This is retarded. Right, so let's see. Alright, America it is. So we got political division. Political division, minus 0.30 political power, minus 50% stability, and cannot assign ministers and laws, yes. War support minus 10%, world police, max volunteers plus 5, battalion upkeep 5%. Political establishments, daily support for liberals and conservatives are the same. Side against Trump, side with Trump, State of the Union, Republican Party conservative. Trump has proven to be an enormous failure. It is the United States is to survive impending storm. We must do everything possible to get this narcissistic clown out of office. While he clearly has his flaws, none can deny the genius of Trump, challenging and beating the political establishment. He remains a controversial yet deeply popular president with the ability to hold huge rallies and keep our economy strong. In State of the Union, Donald Trump is nearing the end of his controversial first term. The 45th President of the United States presides over a crumbling nation while outwardly the economy is strong and prosperous. Many fear this is not the last. America stands at a crossroads once again. So basically, this is under the hypothetical situation that America is going to go into a civil war because we've been so radicalized by our politics and stuff like that. Which theoretically is possible to reach that point. I don't think we're at that point now, but like the idea of the scenario is that this was the turning point. The bubbling point was the 2020. November 2020. Alright. Here we go.
Starting the fire, because it was always burning since the world was turning.
Welcome to stream, Alex Fox. Yeah, if you want, you can give me a rundown. I'm trying to prepare for a run that was funded in this mod. But the Chatfishy who funded it isn't here. So this will be kind of another practice.
Oh, Danewell.
Is that
I
him?
requested the Trump's America, ACG, libertarian political path, and pro-militia military path. Everything else is up to you and or chat.
Okay, I'm going to need you to help remember that. And you, Fuzzy, you're going to take over that when he's gone.
I'm going to,
Let me type it out.
Yeah, I'm going to open that up on the side. We're going to try to do this path. In this case scenario, is COVID is much worse, and also the Saudi civil war starts a giant oil crisis. So COVID is actually like super deadly in this timeline then, huh? Versus in our timeline, it was deadly, but it wasn't like that bad. I mean, I had it and I got better. And it was kind of just like a cough. That was kind of it. It was kind of underwhelming.
Oh, that's neat. When I highlight and copy, it shows how many months. Cool.
Artemis mission is launching soon. 2 minutes. What's the Artemis mission again? I remember Buck.
That's the
What?
I think that's to orbit the moon.
I think so.
Oh,
yes.
we're orbiting the moon again, preparing for another landing then. Probably not this time, obviously, but you know what I mean, in the future.
I know Morty was looking forward to that bigly.
Offset chips. Our tech is pretty far ahead in a lot of fields, it looks like. Gen 3 night vision sights. Turret-mounted machine gun. Machine gun! Okay, what's funny is we actually have this tech already, but alright.
It's game logic. You have to forgive them.
Oh yeah, they're about to launch. Holy crap.
Nice. They're going into space. Just like, whoa! Put the link in the description. Let's take a look. And then I've also got the notes for defection that we have to do. Good, Daniel. Good. Good, Chaffishy.
Yep, there she goes.
There's Armin's tits. That's not the spaceship. You didn't put it in the description or the chat. Where is it?
Sorry. I had pulled it up on my phone.
You're a little shit.
Sorry.
Artemis is DEI focused, so for the moon landing, they want to have diversity on the moon. Damn. So the mission's already gonna... I'm not even gonna jinx it, actually. That's bad juju. Even as a joke, a dark joke, I'm not gonna. We're gonna not. I like dark humor, but there are some things that are just not a good idea. I don't believe in magic or juju powers, but sometimes I feel like they're going to space. Wee.
Have you the same?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When do they enter space yet? Or have they done that yet? I don't know what
They
altitude
just
is.
launched.
Okay, so they're not.
Yeah, so they still
This-
got a bed.
This is a live feed. This just launched.
That's wild. They're zooming up into the sky, Chairfish. What's the ETA on them for reaching space again? Or do we not know?
I don't know.
It takes a few minutes. It's
there
pretty
go
cool.
the boosters.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity. Guidance converged. Performance nominal. Upper stage RCS ready. Copy all, Stan.
That's pretty cool.
Integrity. SM priming complete. SM priming complete.
Genghis says 3 to 5 minutes from launch, typically.
Yeah, look, there's just a tiny little speck from the ground now. That's pretty cool. That's crazy. Was that on board? Damn. Oh, that was a bit earlier, though. Must be a little bit of lag. No astronaut fish. We don't have an astronaut fish.
Integrity, good last jettison, great view.
That's pretty cool.
Copy jettison, Team Eco 8 plus 02.
And yet there will still be people in this world who say Earth is flat.
Oh,
Oh, that was
God.
good timing, Gus. Yeah.
I try not to think of that, but yes, there are still people that think like that.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh.
Well, looks like they're doing all right.
Yeah.
I don't think you can see them anymore. This is both awesome and historic, not just because I am a huge science and space nerd either. Says Dana Will. Yeah, no, it is cool. I'm not super big
Yes.
into the science behind it, but I'm super big into the idea of it. Mostly because the sciences require me to know the math and shit, and I don't know shit about that.
Integrity, GPS processing. Afghanistan, we see the same, and we have a beautiful blue rise. We're heading right at it. Integrity, 3 engine press. 3 engine press.
Wow. That's crazy, Chad. Look at how high that is. I know it's hard to make out, but they're like way up there. They're like way up there, bitches. I don't care about the crowds. I want to see the spaceship. It's like, look at the people. People. It's like, yep, the people. It is an absolute tiny speck now. Oh my god. It's becoming a little star.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
Wait, this mission didn't go to moon. I thought they were just going to circle around it.
I believe this mission is to circle the moon, and then
Preparing
that will
for
give
it, yeah.
them preparing for doing another moon landing.
Yes. Are we going to land near the former site or no? Or do we not know where
I
that?
don't know. I haven't been looking into it a lot. I know Morty for a fact has.
It would be
so he
really
probably
cool
have
if we landed and got pictures of the previous site. Not to mention if they
And then
could see the footprints are still there, which they might not
Yes.
be, but I'm not entirely sure.
solar winds and all that. But yeah, if we could get pictures of that again, I would love to be able to rub that in a certain fox's
Oh my
face.
god, Beano and his fucking anti... Like, Beano would probably tell us right now that this is fake, it's not real. Oh god, Beano. Beano is one of those staunch, I don't think we landed on the moon types of guys. It's like, god damn it,
Oh
Beano.
my god. Didn't you know Brazil invented the aircraft?
Gosh darn Beano. I love Beano, but goddamn Beano.
They folded a piece of paper and threw it.
Look for water processing. Ah, so we're finally gonna actually put up like a little base up there. I don't know why we haven't done that sooner, honestly. It's kind of astonishes me that we haven't.
I think it had to do with international treaties and such, but I think we're currently past that point, and there are others on Earth that if we don't do it first, they're going to do it.
Yes,
Or try
absolutely.
to.
I am of the opinion that we, as the United States of America, and Europe, I suppose as well, should probably claim the moon as ours, because
Yes.
any sort of bullshit, like, it's like, let's not miss me with the fantastical, like, it's ours. The moon is the no, that's not how the world works. That's not how the world works. If we can't say it's ours when it comes to, you know, like China belonging to America or being like something we can freely go to, then I don't think that applies to the moon or any other celestial body. If we can reach it, we need to claim it. It's
Yep.
time for the moon to become United States dust. I was gonna say clay, but I don't know if there's clay up there, so moon dust or something.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they just detached from the other little booster thingamajig.
Yep, they're
Looks like everything went
think that was-
smoothly.
very nice. Very good. Night motorcyclist, the 51st state in space.
The first state is the moon. This 51st state's the moon. The 52nd is Mars.
Yeah.
Integrity Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad.
Oh my god, imagine that. Imagine the prestige of being able to do that, right? Like, imagine, like, Victorian era, right? The Victorian era was all about prestige and about nations achieving things. If the Victorian mindset applied to the space race, it would be chaotic and bloody as fuck. But the big thing is, what would be amazing would be, like, the prestige of the nation to hold the moon, and so that every nation that looks up knows that the other nation owns that. Isn't that wild as, like, a concept?
Yes.
They
I
talk
think it's
about a
fantastic.
big dick waving thing, and like
Yep.
the moon, like you see the moon rising, and you have to be reminded by the fact that that's belongs to America. That would
be
make
the-
China shit themselves in anger. That might annoy some other people too, but like that would just be so funny.
It would be the most American thing we could do. All right. I have to go to work now.
All right, good
Bye.
luck at work. Take care, buddy.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, the ship is now way out of visual, but yeah, they're in space now. Look at that.
Integrity, good. Neds deploy.
That's pretty cool. But yes, I do think we should claim the moon as the United States and see what the world does. Check, you can't keep getting away with it. It's like the moon is mine. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. All right, back to video game. All right, I request Trump's America, or ACG, Libertarian Political Path, and Pro-Militia Military Path. Everything else is up to you and or chat. Okay, State of the Union. Donald Trump is nearing the end of his controversial first term. The 45th President of the United States presides over a crumbling nation. While outwardly the economy is strong and prosperous, many fear this is not to last. America stands at a crossroads once again. This State of the Union address will not be an ordinary one. I'm not going to bother moving my divisions because I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so we're missing things in production already. Multi-role airframes, not even surprised. F-22 Raptor is cheaper than the F-35 Lightning, really? Or is it? It says it's cheaper. It looks like it's about the same. Lockheed Martin will produce that. I think they make planes. I don't know. I don't know. Modern stuff is not really my forte, Chatfish. All right, unmanned combat aerial vehicles. Excuse me, we need that too. Some sort of drones. Unmanned. There we go, unmanned airframe. Raytheon or Boeing? Raytheon, I think. I don't know. But they're making my planes now. They're making drones. I'm learning modern stuff. Strategic bomber. Really? You'd think we would have strategic bombers in production. I guess maybe we wouldn't because, you know, we're not really producing new ones, maybe. Let's see. Improved multi-role. You know what? I want Paradox to make a modern Paradox game about modern times. That would be cool. Strategic. What quantifies a strategic bomber? The basic... I mean, that looks like a strategic bomber, if you ask Kip. Let's see. Does it count? Yes, it does. Helicopters is next. It wants 2 things. Helicopters, attack helicopters, and attack aircraft for carriers. Attack chukka chukkas. Alright, chat, time to make chukka chukkas. That's easy. The age 64. That's something I actually know. The Apache. But who doesn't know that thing is like actually ancient? Let's see. Attack aircraft for carriers? No. Or attack aircraft. No, yeah, not for carriers. It didn't display specifically a carrier plane. I think those planes can actually go on anything. Attack. Probably the A-10. There we go. That solves that problem. We are missing a bajillion jets. We're missing so many jets. It's not even funny. Okay, we're not even producing ships. So convoys is the first thing we'll produce, and we'll produce some so that if it gets sank. Okay, next up is Navy time. I am not familiar with modern ships in the slightest. Nimitz class, those are atomic carriers, right? Nimitz sounds like something very advanced. Build Nimitzes. Don't put too many towards that, though. Nimitz probably supported by some sort of destroyer. I don't know what this is. It's got a lot of light attack, light piercing, anti-aircraft. Alright, it will produce Ticonderoga class MK0s. It costs a lot. It's pretty expensive. We'll make 2 of those. 2 production lines of those. Oh my god. That's very expensive. Then extra transports in case they try to sink my boats. How many free dockyards do we have? Too many if you ask me. Jesus. Holy smokes. It's a lot. Let's see. Nimitz is our last gen supercarrier. Yeah, I think so. Is an anti-air missile ship. Yeah, that's probably what we want. Because I imagine planes are going to be a bigger problem if I had to guess. Or maybe not. Maybe we should cancel. One of those should be good enough, maybe. Maybe we'll need... I'm not very good at ships. Arlay is probably a ship destroyer hull. There we go. Something to actually bonk other boats with. Actually, you know what? Let's get 2 production lines of those, and then as we get more dockyards, we'll open up more. I'm pretending I know what I'm doing here, chat. Like, you guys didn't know nothing. All right, take off some dockyards a little bit. Let's get these to like 3. There we go. Take off some for that, because I would rather. I'd rather get more destroyers. I feel. We can reduce the amount of those. There we go. Perfect. I think. Alright, chat. Now, to make America great again. No, let's make America grog again. It's like, oh my fucking queens. Good, Chafish, good. Okay. Well, I probably want to enter divisions into production. That's probably why it's not telling me to produce anything. So I want an armor brigade. I can't train anything? Ugh. Poop. Alright, well. Are we producing Abrams? No, we're not even producing Abrams. We need the Abrams tank to be produced by... That looks like the tank symbol. I think that's the right one, Chad. I don't really know. I don't... What else is near? I don't know if we need anything. I don't know. I have no idea. Well, for now, we're just going to dump extra production into machine guns and command equipment. We're just going to produce a lot of this stuff, and then we can shift these factories over later when I figure out what the hell I need to produce things. Oh my god. The industry of America is literally god tier. We'll adjust that later. We just need stuff to be producing. All right, who can we trade with that we can trust? The Philippines, I trust you. You little Asian guys. You, chup, chup, chup. Canada, no. Britain, you better not fuck. You know what? I know Japan is trustworthy in this game. I think. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to trade with Japan, mostly because I feel pity for what they're going to have to go through. They're going to have to... Okay, let's see. Out-of-dated equipment production? Oh, all the orange shit is out of date, derp. M4. I'm not good with modern corporations. Can I trust Colt? Can I trust them, chat? Smith & Wesson? I don't know if I can trust them. I don't think that's a good idea. I think those are the guys that cause the guns to go off in your pocket. I can't remember. I can't remember. But I know it's not good. But I know. M77. Basic man portable air. And then basic anti-tank. Switch it for the Gen 1 mechanized. Gen 1 mechanized. Modern Gen 2 mechanized. Bradley. Wait, why would we not be producing the Bradley? I don't know. I have no idea why we're producing what we're producing. Okay. I think it's time for Minnesota to finally be recognized as the industrial epicenter. Actually, you know what? I don't want to have smog in my state. I think it's time for Wisconsin to be punished for their many sins against me. Yes, they will be turned into an industrial hellhole, the likes of which we have never seen. Like, don't do it! And secretly, Minnesota will become the office of America. But not Minneapolis. Fuck Minneapolis. All money will be made in Minnesota. As it should be. Good, good. Like, this is
Why do you hate America?
I'm just building up.
Why Minnesota?
I'm building up Minnesota. Because, like...
That's evil.
The American century. America, through the past 100 years, has been considered the world's premier power, with the best economy the world has ever seen, a huge, diverse landmass with a multitude of resources and people, and has become the world's premier democratic nation. The last 100 years have provided the United States with free range to spread its ideas, with her enemies collapsing at her might. However, the demons of America's past have come to haunt her, ringing through her head ever louder as the days draw on. The many voices cry for reparations for Black Americans. What? That's so funny. Oh my God. The American Civil War, and later in 1865, the 13th Amendment was ratified, abolishing slavery. What? Why are we talking about this? This happened like 100 years ago. However, not all was right, for they were theoretically free, but not really. But the Southerners kept them as slaves in all but name. This was finally ended in the Civil Rights Act of 1964. However, the effects of slavery are still felt, and racial relations have declined dramatically over the past few decades, leading to constant bouts over whether America is founding on the suffering of others or the liberty of the individual. I have never heard such silliness. A pluribus unum. I know what the mod's going for. It's going for the... Well, I don't know what that is. I didn't read it because it just disappeared. So we're just gonna keep going. All right, I think we need to destroy. To prevent the... Okay, you know what? That's too spicy. Damn, this is tricky. It's like a landmine video game. It's like a...
You really want to say something, but you really, really can't.
Chatfish, if I say it, I'll be destroyed. Check. They'll just disappear. They're just gone. Second Amendment rally in Richmond. Good to see, fellow patriots. Hopefully nobody is shot. Fellow patriots? What's the matter? I don't know. They both do the same thing. Oh yeah, the January 6th thing. Nothing happened. I remember. Oh god, this is just a landmine. Fuck. The State of the Union. The State of the Union. It's easier to be Japan because I don't have to worry about controversial shit. The State of the Union this year was an interesting one. As usual, President Trump positively touted, I almost said toffed, his achievements since last State of the Union speech and invited many people who he considered to have been affected positively by his policies. Most notably Juan Guaido, the interim president of Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The president also attempted to calm fears towards the rising COVID-19 virus, and China announcing talks with Xi Jinping about containing the virus. Towards the end of the speech, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tore up his speech. Oh god, I remember that. Right behind him, which saw the ire of Republicans and received lukewarm reception from Democrats. However, the speech was mostly received well and shows our people that America is on the up. God, it was such an unprofessional thing. Like, oh my god, I didn't want to get... Plus, you didn't even read it. More lies from Trump. Okay, so we want to go down the right one, which is not this one. This allows you to play these bad guys. Gotcha. Political power, minus 25. We want to go towards that, I think. Yeah. Plus, you didn't even read it. Side with Trump. Oh, okay, that's what chooses the event. Gotcha. Plan for the worst. Ugh. Allahu Akbar. No, I'm kidding. The so-called coronavirus is no doubt a storm that is brewing, and it will inevitably strike America next. We must take whatever preemptive measures are necessary to prevent the initial spread of the disease, and also begin building up monetary reserves to allow us to react appropriately to any rapidly changing circumstances. I'm recruiting William Banks. He's not a great actor, but he'll try. And I will start building up spy stuff everywhere. The CIA are gonna get you, shit. Like, Coronavirus Recovery Act. Okay. COVID-19 virus, we read that before. Basically bad stuff. It's actually super lethal in this game. Formation of far-right militias in Virginia. It has come to our attention that after a major Second Amendment rally in Richmond, multiple far-right militias have sprung up in the wake of the nationwide protests. We have uncovered multiple smaller organizations that have been conducting training in the Appalachian Mountains. These militias may pose a threat to national security in the future. Observation must continue. Respectfully yours. Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Chris Ray. We must be strong, Chatfish. America's first coronavirus case. The CDC, today's CDC has received... This should be called the landmine stream. We're going to change the thumbnail to just Kibbs fucking exploding as his leg blows off because he stepped on one. Fucking... Oh my god. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I need to turn a light. It's getting dark in here because the sun's starting to go down. I can't see very well. There we go. Had to turn on my nice lamp I saved from the house. It's pretty nice. Reminds me of our old home. Creates a nice orange hue that gives me nostalgia. All right, let's see. Today, CDC received reports from a suburban Seattle hospital with concerning news. America has its... Oh, I read that. A 35-year-old national who visited Wuhan last week, convenient, said he never recalled interacting with anybody visibly sick, people while there or during the flight back, and his symptoms did not emerge until several days after returning to the United States. The patient and his family have already been placed under quarantine, and efforts are being made to track down those he came in contact with since returning to the United States. Since the coronavirus seems to be contagious, at this point there's like almost no point in trying. Contagious without displaying symptoms, medical experts are worried that dozens of people may have been exposed without knowing. At this point, it's not dozens, it's hundreds. Because if it's that stealthy, like, it's just too late, dude. This seems this is our problem now too. Oh, oh my God. Oh my country. Oh God. A peace deal with Taliban nears finalization. Peace at last. We all know how that worked out. We all know how that... It didn't! Alright, so let's see. Plans for the worst. Oil prices skyrocket. Oil crisis hits America. Atomwaffen division disbands? What? Starting as an online group of racist teenagers, those little bigots, and commentators, and spreading to a much darker, grimmer, and more militant group, the Atomwaffen division, which is such a dumb name, has grown greatly within the past 6 years. Starting out as 13 close friends shooting guns in their backyard. The group has exponentially expanded to hundreds of members and thousands of sympathizers due to the recent racial tensions, according to the FBI. Much of the I've never heard of this until today, honestly. Much of the Atomwaffen division's growth can be credited to James Mason, a neo-Nazi accelerationist famous for his underground hit book Siege. After taking control of the group in 2017, he initiated a massive purge of glowies.
They actually use that?
I know, it's just, that's why I can't take anything modern particularly seriously. Since then, Atomwaffen has been operating and recruiting out in the open and spreading its violent and hateful rhetoric across the country. Yesterday, Atomwaffen announced on its website that they would be disbanding effectively immediately, with little explanation given. Many anti-fascist figureheads celebrated, saying that this is a major victory, while many are skeptical, claiming that Atomwaffen and its satellite groups are simply moving further underground and that they are still a present threat. Good. Now the media can't call me a Nazi, right?
Oh,
Stability. All right. Stimulate the economy. That'll give us some political power back. Operation Warp Speed. That sounds like a terrible idea.
That's the COVID vaccine development.
Okay, we know that didn't work in real life. Gain 5,000 masks, 50 political power. It will take 7 days to research a vaccine. But the vaccine didn't work. So maybe the slower method. Even the most challenging times demand the most radical ways of prevention. The average American's day-to-day lives is the biggest contributor to the explosion of rates of infection since the virus landed on our shores. Closing down stores and bringing all of our people to the confines of their homes is possibly the only way to stall the virus to a controllable level. It may be devastating to our economy, but what other choices do we have? What? So it's that or the Operation Warp Speed? But we know that that's going to kill more people than it'll help. I don't know if that's ethically a wise decision, chat. I think I'm going to leave this hot button issue to Chatfish so I don't get canceled for it by the U.S. federal government. So, implement emergency measures or Operation Warp Speed. Because that doesn't affect the vote. I requested Trump's America ACG. Just checking what he said. Libertarian Political Party, pro-militia. Yeah, I'm not even at that point yet. Back the blue, crush the rioters, compromise with the rioters, end the chaos, reinvigorate the economy, lasting peace, American-only oil. All right, chat. You must decide. Well, Stream Caribi, I don't know how to pronounce your name. We're gonna call you Caribi because that's what I'm gonna call you now. That's what your name is. It's like, no, it's Caribi. Also, you can see how well you are doing in the balance of power window. It's a window. What's that? You little piece of shit. He's like, don't call me piece of shit. Starts crying. What the fuck is this? North Atlantic Treaty Organization? I don't... Whoa, that's cool. It tells you all sorts of information, how much NATO forces there are. That's kind of cute. Click to manage occupied territories. There's a lot of things inside of my body. Oh yeah, because we have a little piece of Cuba.
That's right,
Guantanamo.
Guantanamo Bay.
Well, why do the Cubans have M1 Abrams? Again, I don't think they have models for that. Genghis
You know what you
say
should
just
do?
ignore it, it'll
Invade
go away.
Cuba.
So one thing with this donation, or to preface this, you can donate for a decision. Thank you for the donation, by the way. Is that which one sends the U.S. to the moon? What is Chatfish talking about? Implement guidelines. Ban international travel. I mean, if you ban people coming from China, that would actually help, probably. That seems like a safe idea. It will affect our factories negatively, but honestly, like, it's the way to do it, you know? It's the way to do it. What does coronavirus do? What does it do? What does it actually do mechanically? Where is it? Alright, so right now it says lockdown economy. No, that's not what the virus does. Where's the virus? Extremely low COVID-19 cases. It affects our resource gain efficiency. It affects our population growth. It affects our factories efficiency. It affects our construction speed, our factory output. Okay, so basically it's like strangling me is what's going to do. So I have a couple theories. Theory number one, we're super harsh on COVID, like restriction-wise, but we don't do the vaccine thing. Because I don't know if the vaccine is going to do what it did in our timeline and not work. So instead we lock down a lot and then we unlock down. But the issue is that wouldn't actually stop. Like, the issue with viruses is that's not gonna really, like, I mean, by this point, like, it just started. Like, maybe it'll slow its spread, but I don't know if it'd be better to let it spread faster so that it burns out faster. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of part of the thing. Because the big thing about COVID, right, and diseases is if it's not super lethal, but the big scare about COVID was that it was highly mutagenic, right? Or that was the theory. And so people were worried that it would mutate to become very virile, or not virile, something word, but like spready, and then it became lethal, and then people would be like, you know, like dead. Genghis, just like real life, lockdowns are gay. I know, I'm just thinking about mechanics here, chat. I'm not saying I like the idea, but it's how the game works mechanically because it's a video game. Or does it matter? Does it not matter? Like, does COVID actually matter? Like, what if I just don't do anything? What if I just ignore it? Like, will I just implode as a country for that? I'm trying to figure that out because I don't know if the video game is factoring, like, reality or is it not? Because, like, yes, people will get sick. But at the same time, the people that are most it's most dangerous for people to get sick is the old people, the people who are out of the workforce. Younger people, if I remember right, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going by memory here, but like COVID, how it worked was that younger people who got sick were less likely to be like in trouble. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. Just like this is like an internal debate in my mind. Like, I don't know how the game understands it. Like, God, this, like, I was like, oh yeah, we'll stream Hearts of Iron. I like Hearts of Iron, and then here we are playing this, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like my legs are blown off, and I'm laying on the ground like,
You read all this contemporary stuff, and you're just going, I'm trying to bite my tongue.
I'm trying not to say stuff, but like, we also know that certain things didn't work out the way people thought it was. You know, it's hindsight 2020 is the problem. It was like the flu. Yeah, it was kind of like the flu. Right? Because I think I had it, but I don't actually know. I didn't go to the hospital to get diagnosed, so actually I don't know. All I remember is around that time I got sick during the Stalker stream, right? And I think that's when I finally caught it, because I hardly go out. And my symptoms were similar, but that's self-diagnosis. So that's like a dart in the... It's like closing my eyes and throwing a dart at a board, you know? I could be right, I could be wrong. I had a lot of respiratory problems, and like that was the big thing about the illness. Respiratory problems and fever. So that could be anything.
I know, I caught the... Okay, I'm trying to bite my tongue again. Caught COVID, and it felt like a really bad head cold for me. It never went to my lungs. I could breathe just fine. I could walk just fine. But my throat got torn up from all the mucus, and I was blowing my nose for a very long time. So, yeah, I probably left it off unlike a lot of other people. The rest of my family was fine.
Yeah, the big thing about COVID that made it scary was it was young and old that were susceptible to actually have issues. But for like healthy average individuals, it was kind of like not a big issue for us. I was in a minor cold for like 2 days. I've actually had actual stuff that's bedridden with me before. Yeah, because the worst sick I've ever been in my entire life was not last year, but 2 years ago, is it now? The Stalker 2 streams, chat. I have never been more sick in my life than I have been then. But at the same time, the Stalker streams, I remember being sick. I remember barely being able to breathe, but I think that's kind of also my own fault because I forced myself to stream through it because I was afraid I wouldn't make the daily goals. And that fear kept me streaming and talking, which led me to coughing, which led me to like having worse lung issues, and then it kept like reciprocating because I didn't take a single day off while I was sick. I don't know if I can do that again, chat. I think I'll die if I do that again. The Stalker 2 stream was almost death. Oh my god, chat. I think in a different timeline, Kib wouldn't be here. Stalker 2, I think of that game, and the only thing I can think of is coughing and my lungs being filled with things. And the feeling of, like, drowning. That's all I can think of when I think of the video game. I think of goo in my lungs. Alright. Wait, did Dana Will say something? Dana bitch. He's like, Dana bitch. And then he looks at me, he's like, Alright, let's see. I'm trying to process this, chat. This is like a simple decision. It's not even a donut word thing that's really like making this take long. It's more like me trying to figure out like mechanically what's the game gonna do to me, you know? Like
I think it's just gonna be what it says on the description. It's like that's what it does.
Chatfish. COVID is just Wuhan flu, I thought. Look, COVID never killed a 20-something athlete who's competes at professional levels. I don't know if I should write that out loud. I thought it was the drugs that did that. Because I remember that after a while, because during COVID, right? Because if we develop the drugs, like the problem is it kills people because it causes heart issues and heart failure, doesn't it? I don't remember, though. I'm just guessing because I can't remember. Because I haven't thought about this in forever.
About vaccine?
Yeah, because I never got the vaccine.
From what I've read about certain studies, how do I phrase it? Certain spiked proteins or something like that that could cause heart inflammation or something like that, where you feel off. It's not easily detectable, but without a doctor, but you will see some symptoms, and it's a case-by-case basis, but it was widespread enough that people started noticing. Hold on a second.
Yeah, because athletes started dropping dead that took this stuff, if I remember right.
Yeah, because it probably caused...
heart failure.
Yeah, because I know I only had the first shot, but I never got the second one or any others. But yeah, it's... from what I know... I always cite this whenever talking about this era. There are two words in the statistics field. I'm not even talking data science or data analysis. I'm talking just... Well, data analysis and statistics are hand in hand, but case by case... But back to the point. Validity and veracity. Are you collecting the data correctly? And are you measuring what you want to measure? Are you measuring it correctly? During that era, that was violated with pure malice, and to a large extent in today's environment, still is.
Regardless of the choice, it's a chance to see how the game might act in future events. Yeah, I know. Alright, so what did chat decide? Let's see. So chat donated, just like real life, lockdowns are gay. So we have £2 against lockdowns and $2 for ignoring it. There's no way to ignore it, by the way. I have to do the focus, chat. We can't just pretend it doesn't exist. If I don't do the focus, I get stuck.
I'm guessing that's £2, just like real life.
Yes, for warp speed.
Which means that's a 2.66?
Yeah, I think so. All right, you have 60 seconds to contest warp speed. If not, I feel like such a nerd when I say that. Warp speed! Warp speed! Oh my god. Oh god. Most Paradox games, or at least Hearts of Iron mods, I usually play like fantasy, like, you know, Old World Blues, or like alternate like 1930s or 1940s scenarios. I don't really do modern that often, so it's still kind of weird doing this. but it's not bad. It's interesting. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, Chatfish say that warp speed is probably going to be better mechanically. Yeah, I think so too. Mostly because it just says that. Now remember, it's a video game, so I think it's going to work because it's a video game, so it's going to work. You know, so in a video game like the vaccine, in a video game world, it just works, right? Like 50-50. Let's see. Surgical masks have proven to be very effective at reducing the spread of the virus. Alongside a cabal of many other measures, the pandemic is increasingly blowing out of control. And by introducing mass production of surgical masks to our civilian population, you know, they put a roadblock on the spread of the virus. Well, I mean, the reality is, I don't know if it's necessarily a roadblock on the spread. I think the general rule of thumb with this is that because from how I understand the idea of what it was for people at the time during when COVID was like relevant, right? It was like what, 4 years ago, whatever. Like, it was, the idea was that you'd slow the spread so that the people who got sick got better, and that the emergency systems we had in place weren't overloaded with people, because that was the fear. But the big problem with the ventilators, right? Because the ventilators were for people that got critical, but apparently everybody who wanted a ventilator died. Is that true?
Not all the ventilator was proven to be statistically insignificant when you look at the grander scheme of things.
It didn't help
As
people.
in, did it? It wasn't a predictor of if it helped you survive or not.
What did the ventilator do if it didn't even work? What the hell?
Yeah, a lot of it is uncertainty because a lot of the medical science was so rushed and so poorly gathered that you have people say in their basement and doing basic models that predicted, say, deaths better than a lot of the professionals. It's a huge scientific mess, and to an extent we may never know, but we do know that a lot of the initial models and predictions were extremely unreliable to outright statistical heresy. I remember doing a lot of reading into this.
Yeah. I don't know much about what a ventilator is. I just know that was like a thing I remember people talking about.
It helps you breathe.
Yeah.
If you're struggling to breathe, think about that.
And there's like a limited amount of them, like, that have been produced, so there's very few of them. By comparison, if like an epidemic reached like super high amounts. Ventilator was set to high pressure, low oxygen. It would have worked better at low pressure, high oxygen. So we literally used the technology wrong. And so people died because we're stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. This is why when oh my god, I'm trying not to break Rule 6 too much, but
all right, listen. The Rule 6 is going to be crossed over because look at the mod I'm playing. If I'm playing a Hearts of Iron mod
but,
and it's contemporary, we're going to have to talk about it. So it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah. I know a lot of the
big thing here is that try not to preach. That's what we're going to aim for. That's the bar we're setting. Try not to preach. But bear in mind that it's kind of hard not to because we all have different opinions on how things played out. So,
but all I know is that for a fact that a lot of the initial stuff, and to extend a lot of the stuff that can then continue to be spewed by the political class, don't listen to them unless they're an actual doctor that can actually talk math. That's one thing I definitely knew for a certain, that a lot of what they spewed, they actually really did not know what they were doing and were doing standard power politics.
My god.
Like, they did not actually care if they were trying to help people or not.
Ventilators were a last-ditch measure to save someone who was on the verge of respiratory failure.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, chat, if I go on the verge of respiratory failure, please set it to the right mode, at least, okay? So I have a fighting chance. I swear to God. I swear to God. Don't switch it to the wrong mode. The mode of, oh, he's dead.
No, so wait, what's the... I'm guessing Genghis' $2 is for lockdown? No lockdowns?
Well, it's over, because it's been 60 seconds. I also, I wouldn't recommend dono warring too much, chat. Some of the decisions you can't, by the way. Because I have a list of decisions that I have to make on my sheet here. I will tell you which ones we can. We have to get to a certain style. COVID-19 cases in Greece. Right back. Okay. That's not good, Chatfish. We're going to heaven. All right, you know what? Implement guidelines. Add 2 days total to the coronavirus outbreak. So it slows it down? So that's mechanical. It's mechanical. It's not about how it actually works. It's about what it does mechanically in the video game. So let's read what it actually does. Ban international travel, which will make people not like me. Adds 2 total days to mission statewide. Mission statewide coronavirus outbreak. 2 days. So buying time, maybe that's good. Maybe we want to buy time. So we'll ban international travel first, so we can buy time. Oh my god, it's gonna happen anyways. Oh, it escalates every day. Oh, that's cancer. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Dow crashes 2,000 points. Oh god, why is the red line going down? Unemployment hits 20%. Ooh, did this happen? I don't remember. I don't really remember the coof that much. Because I was working digitally. I didn't feel like I was affected at all by it. Versus the housing market collapse, I feel like I can remember vividly because I felt very affected, even as a kid. From riches to rags. He stared heart sunken and jaw dropped at the sight of the red number before him. Oh, okay, it's just this event. So yeah, the economy's crashing. You know, nothing out of the ordinary chat. Just like, oh, you do it. They're just dead. Blowout compartments. I don't even have that. What the fuck? I feel like I need this. Autoloaders? Wait, no, we don't need autoloaders, do we? Americans don't use autoloaders, I don't think. Turret-mounted ATGMs. That's super far ahead. We don't need to research that now. Thermal optics for our troopers. I don't really know what company to invest in. I should be looking at their buffs, I suppose. That one seems decent, I guess. We'll go for Colt's Manufacturing Company. Let's see, Chatfish says, that's what they were supposed to be. But policymakers panics and use them a lot more than needed. This made new problems with patients that were probably worse. We had 10% at one point. Definitely not 20%. Yeah, this is where the mod's starting to deviate massively. Because I do not remember that at all. But this is a fantasy. This is a fantasy mod about things escalating into a civil war. So it's got to make the civil war happen. They got to logic that by having bad stuff happen. All right, now we can purchase masks. Now, what does it do mechanically? I don't know. It adds 3 days. Adding 3 days sounds like a good thing. We should just do it. Because mechanics. Think about mechanics. All right, what's this? Not researching the vaccine. Implement emergency measures. I did that, didn't I? Or no? Not researching the vaccine. What? Not researching? Not researching the vaccine. How do I research the vaccine? I'm very confused. Do I have, like, choices about this? Purchase masks. Is it a focus tree? No. I don't see it. Well, we're going to have to stimulate the economy. Businesses have suffered heavily under the pandemic, especially small private businesses. That's true. The president has proposed the aptly named stimulus check, which will give money to all of our citizens to help them pay mortgages, day-to-day costs, and help keep their rent paid on time, with zero cost to our state. After all, the Federal Reserve can simply print the money we need. That adds a lot of debt. But it will give us political power to fight the bad stuff. The worst part, says Chatfishies, was when the government told everyone to avoid hospitals. Patient volume dropped to nothing for about 10 to 15 days. Then everyone that avoided hospitals started to have real problems. Yeah, rather than going to get help early when they could have made a difference, then they had more problems. Makes sense. Chat bitches. Coronavirus Recovery Act. How do research? A bee farted near politician. Market drops 300 points. Oh no. Is it actually like a research technology? Where would that be? I have no idea. Engineering? No. Probably not. Maybe. Do you see anything about like a virus chat anywhere? I don't think it'd be under industry. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think it'd be under any of these tabs, to be brutally honest with you. Is it considered infantry support? It's like, yeah. Oh, you just need to wait 70. Okay. It's just, it's doing it. Okay. I was like, where the fuck is it? I don't even know. All right, what we should probably do is, we should probably have our dudes hobble over here. Okay, implement guidelines. That's just a free action. Purchase masks. I don't know. Maybe I feel like investing 25 points is probably the best. Like the more we invest, the better it is. The slower it is. The slower it is, the better we have it. I'm gonna spend my political power on that. COVID cases increase. Well, that's not good. Well, I'm trying, game. I'm pressing buttons here. Mass production. Increase mass production. Where do you see mass production? What does that matter? I don't know.
Is that a factory thing?
Freeport Complex Chemical Plant Strike. Against the billionaire class. Join Socialist Alternative. Oh. Crush the communist threat. Kill them. Like... Freeport Complex Strike broken. Following 4 days of failed negotiations, the sit-in strike at the Freeport Complex Chemical Plant has been broken as security forces of Dow Chemical Company have dispersed the strike by force. The company Dow Chemical has announced that all workers who participated in the strike were to be laid off for breaking the company policy, as well as hiring over 300 new engineers and technicians. Good, they got new jobs. Like, woohoo, to replace those who have been hired. With the end of the strike, public opinion is painfully split. The left blames the Democrats' inaction to prevent the government-sponsored crackdown and anger directed at the company for the violation of workers' rights. Meanwhile, the right has praised Trump for the fight against communism and denounced the strike as anti-worker due to its allegiances to the CPI. Oof, that's some sort of communist thing, it sounds like. Regardless, many worry that the new workers are not up to par with the old ones and will cause significant risks to production. Stability of my country keeps going down. Chatfish, help me.
Well, no. Anyway.
Alright, let's see. We need to get modern fatigues. That'll hurt enemy air support, so it'll less affect our boys. The Central African Civil Military Administration has defeated the coalition of patriots. Africa, don't ever change. Reinvigorate the economy. COVID took a big chunk out of our economy. Small business suffered the worst, but the small businesses are the soul of America. If we're going to save America, we have to preserve its soul. The small entrepreneur, the family man, the mom and pop shops, some steep tax cuts for small and medium businesses will put us back on track, even if it hurts our pocketbook a little. We can take it. It's worth it in the long run. Approval rating, high approval rating. The results, wait, what? The approval rating moves for 5% towards the side of high approval rating. Results, 5.5% on the side of low approval rating. Modify lockdown economy by that. So that'll actually be a positive thing. Yay. Now what the fuck is approval rating? What the fuck? Ah, here we go.
I haven't played this in a while, so I don't know where.
Total house support.
Senate 51 out of...
I can't do nothing. Has been stabilized. Well, I don't know if that's gonna happen. But we're trying to fix America, chat. It's just very hard. Richmond police kill unarmed black protester. Our thoughts and prayers to Mr. Evans' family.
Oh.
Thoughts and prayers, Chatfish. Thoughts and prayers.
This mod is gonna be such a meme.
Federal police
Nice.
deployed to Richmond. Political clashes in Richmond have been increasing the past few days. Anti-Second Amendment protesters took to looting and setting fire to many businesses in the city. While local police attempted to keep the mass crowd of pro-Second Amendment away, multiple brawls and second and active shootings were reported. 4 casualties and 89 injuries have been confirmed by media outlets. Federal police of various departments were mobilized and tasked with arresting identified individuals who attempted to set fire to the town hall. Media backlash was quick to follow. Backlash was quick to follow. Pictures of federal officers and tactically arresting protesters off the street and dragging them to an unmarked vehicle and promptly driving off. So, like, I'm curious here, because the issue when you're trying to tell this from like a partisan, like sort of kind of like middle ground, because I see what they're trying to do, but it's like the vans are being hauled to, or the vans that take them over to prison, to basically the jail, because so usually how protests work, right, is that there's an instigator, and I know this because I study this stuff for like writing, because it's important in case you have like a riot or something you want in the story. So there'll be agitators. Agitators are like people who organize and push and like agitate the crowd to get more violent and like push things. Like, for example, a lot of these protests would actually have carts of like rocks, or not rocks, but like bricks sent in, and water and food set up, because they are actually politically funded by actual officials to basically sow discontent. They don't really care about the families and homes and the people that are actually here. They actually bus in protesters from other locations. The reason for this is entirely due to the fact that it's easy to basically keep people divided by getting people to come in there and actually smash stuff up. Because it's very hard to get people who live in a community to smash their own community up. Some communities, not so much, right? That's obviously the case. But it is difficult to get certain communities to do stuff. So the issue is that these people are bussed in and they're paid activists, meaning you can actually recognize them from different protests because they've actually been all over the country. Their entire career is being an, what do you call it? I forget what it's actually
paid
called.
Agitator, and a lot of the time you could actually, law enforcement officials could actually trace back to money to who's paying these people, because, but should they get arrested, yeah, they can look up, they can start digging into their financial records of, okay, who's paying this driver, who's paying for the equipment, and they can start tracing that back. And yeah, that's what often happens. It is very convenient for dark money.
Yep. And so that's kind of how those like actual things work, which is kind of sad and kind of regrettable, but it is how it works. That's what people use these for. They're entirely agenda driven. No protest happens because they care about the people, nor do they care about the victim. In fact, most cases, the victim is, whether they're criminal or not, doesn't matter. They're merely being used as a political tool to bludgeon people. Their death, whether justified or not justified, is irrelevant, because it was never about them. It was about using them. And so that's the entire purpose of things like this. And so these people go in, and so when the people like arrest people, they take them away, right? And the people scream like, "No, they're gonna kill me." No, they're not. If they were gonna kill you, like there would be borderline civil war in the open streets. What they're gonna do is throw you in the little bus, and they're gonna get hauled off to jail. They're gonna sit there because they've been through this before, and they're gonna do that thing that they do, and then they're gonna get eventually let out once the rioting's over, because the agitators are removed to calm down the situation, right? Now, does it mean that a police officer can go too far or do bad stuff? Yeah, but that's also possible too, right? But a protest is illogical. It's illogical for several reasons, because protesting, like, there is a good reason to protest, right? But at the same time, protests are kind of illogical in a sense, mostly due to the fact that they're not really functional. The most accurate and powerful means of actually invoking any sort of change is actually pushing for it vocally, not through... No, protest is not the word I want to use here. Rioting, right? Because if it escalates to a riot, you kind of lose all sympathy. And so any sort of things you were pushing for are kind of lost. And so your general populace, and especially the populace of the local region, are not going to respond well because the rioters came in and burned everything. Not to mention the rioters aren't even from there. And so it's going to disenfranchise these people from their entire ideology. But that's what you think would happen in theory, right? But I don't really know. I don't really look at contemporary stuff. I mostly look at historical. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just nonsensical. So that's why, when you think about it logically, why are these riots happening? Well, it's actually because somebody else is benefiting from it, not the locals. The locals often lose from these things. Their stores are burned, their houses are ruined, their livelihoods are destroyed, they're attacked and assaulted in the streets. Nobody wants that. Most people don't. There are some bad eggs, of course. But yeah, it's unnatural and it's illogical.
Yeah, and a lot of these, I know what mods try to do. Modern ones are often given paid manuals of, these are the laws, these are the kind of boundaries you can do to agitate.
Yes,
And
because the
it's-
goal
it's
is to get
actually
the
a whole
people
trained system.
to go over the top. Because what's the goal of an agitator? The goal of an agitator is to, you're not going to be breaking the law, but you're going to get the guy next to you breaking the law. That's why I think that
The goal is
agitators...
to go skirt the silver line in order to push as much as possible.
Yes,
in order
because...
to make the officials look bad.
Well, it's not just officials. They want the people next to them in the protest to go too far. Like, that happened with January 6th. That happened with everywhere. The reason why agitators do this is because agitators are trying to usually get the protest to become violent, if they want it to not do well or something like that, or usually to try to start more controversy or distract from something. Like, there's a lot of reasons, right? Like, it's actually kind of infinite when you actually think about it. So one of the things is that when you think about this sort of stuff, right? Like, the reason for these agitators doing stuff, how do you fix this problem? Well, the reality is, I think there should be some sort of agitator thing where if you're an agitator, what should actually happen is the punishment should be harsher, right? Because if you actually cut the agitators out of the equation, or you find a way to diminish them by getting rid of them, how do you get rid of them? Well, you can't shoot them. That's just going to cause another protest, and that's just, I know what Chatfish are going to say, so I just moved to that one. Like, the big thing I was going to say real quickly is that you just make the punishments for them harsher. So instead of them going to prison, like their life, you sentence them to life, and you make examples out of the agitators. And yes, that means that they'll be a burden on the taxpayer forever, but the reality is you need to start setting harsh examples on those that go that far, that try to push people to commit violent acts. Because those people that are trying to do that are actually worse than the people committing those violent acts, because they're going to keep doing it and pushing people over the line everywhere else. That's why the agitators should actually face even harsher punishment. And it should be a punishment that they can't recover from. It should be crippling, because you need to invoke a sense of fear. Why do laws work? Because we're afraid, right? Now, it's not just because we're afraid, right? Like, I don't want to hurt anybody. But some people might hurt somebody if it benefits them. Not everybody's socially, normal in that sense, right? And that's why I think laws like this should have harsher consequences. The harsher the consequence for committing a crime, the less people that will do it. And then the more people, those people that do it, that fewer pool, are going to be people who were a lost cause anyways. They were never going to contribute.
There is another aspect that needs to be added on top of what you're saying, Gibbs.
By the way, this is my own opinion. Cabal also points out, Gibbs, don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I won't preach. I'm not necessarily preaching. I'm trying to air my thoughts about this because it's got me interested on it. And I'm actually talking to you guys. But you are right. I am doing that thing. But I want to know your guys' thoughts too, because the big thing here is that it's actually very useful information for writing, believe it or not. Because if you're writing a story, like, this is actually really interesting. Like, because it's conflict. Conflict makes for great stories. I know, retarded, but either way. Go ahead, Fuzzy. What were you saying?
On top of, and it's the part of paid agitators, the dark money. Most of the agitators are dark money where they're going to try and not be traced. Why a lot of these agitators say don't really care if they're arrested is because the dark money will pay for the lawyers. They will try and say, hey, he didn't technically go over the line with the law, even though he was trying to push for law breaking. A lot of law enforcement doesn't really go after this dark money, which means these agitators don't really care if they get cracked down or not, is because they think they'll just get away with it due to dark money lawyers and everything. It's not really, if you cut off the funding, well, why are you going to be an agitator when you're not going to, one, not going to be paid for it, and two, the money that's going to fund the lawyers to get you out are not going to be there. And you're going to have a lot less incentives.
A good question, Fuzzy. Should it be, what if there was a law in a society to ban you from protesting in another state? Like,
That's a constitutional violation.
yeah, I
so,
know, right? Because like, no, I'm posing this as a narrative question. This is more of like a story creating thing. Because like, think about it. In a nation, if you had a nation with different little states, like our nation, right? What if it was illegal to protest in other states? But you could protest in your state. What would that do?
There'd be a lot less incentives to go and influence the politics or just societal values of another state. You'd be more incentivized to focus on your own areas because of, hey, you want to force your views on everybody. Well, you can't go and cause a ruckus in everywhere, so you have a lot less incentives. And that's one thing you got to think about when you're thinking writing or societies in general is incentives and constraints. Those are two words that go hand in hand in many of these topics in a society. And protesting is another one of them. Either there's the agitators or what Gibbs has suggested of, you're not allowed to go to another state to protest.
Because, like, for me, my definition of what a good protest is a lawful thing that is organized by people, and it can be organized. And a protest, like, in my ideal or romanticized view of protest, maybe this is dumb and maybe this is the basic way a protest should be. A protest should be something where people gather to voice their opinion vocally about something they dislike in a way that doesn't impede local economy or impede economy in any form, meaning that they're not obstructing or blocking or blockading a place of economy, meaning like a road or a store or a place, you know, so they're not impeding any business. Because the issue I have with like this on like a thought process thing is that it's kind of just terror tactics is what it is when I think about it. Because like all you do in order to terrorize somebody is you gather around a bunch of people, you lay in front of a store, and then you blockade people from getting into the store, or you block roads. And then what you're doing is actually economic terrorism. Isn't it? Oh my god. I feel like I'm having a revelation here. I feel like I'm having
the way you protest in, say, the United States is, and many states are going for this, yeah, you're allowed to protest, but the instant you're starting to get in the way of other people's lives, that's a line crossed.
Yeah, because you're impeding other people's lives. It's okay to voice your opinion. It's okay to hold up a sign and say what your thoughts are. I think there's nothing wrong with that. But I think if I try to go to, like, I'll just use a store example. Let's say we're going to McDonald's Catfish. I'm taking you to Mickey D's. We're going to go get you some sandwiches or whatever for no goddamn reason. But there's a bunch of people laying on the road blocking us from going forward to the Mickey D's. And they're, like, opening or knocking on our window and talking to us and harassing us. I think that is a violation because I don't think that's free speech anymore. I think that is basically terrorism, economic terrorism. They're now threatening. Like, for example, I've seen footage of this before where people will take pictures of your face and, like, take pictures of your face. Like, what are you doing? Why are you taking pictures of my face? I'm going to a store. It's like, yeah, we're taking pictures to know who went to the store. It's like, that's economic terrorism, in my opinion. Take care, Genghis. We'll see you later, buddy. We love you, Genghis.
Take care.
Because it is terrorism, isn't it? It's threatening. It's actually basically doing something to terrorize somebody. Like, I'm taking pictures of you for doing this so I can put you on a board for a hit list. It's like, all right, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, because the textbook definition of terrorism is generally, I'm talking generally because dictionaries these days.
Yeah.
Threat of violence to intimidate a population or coerce a government, often for political, religious, or ideological goals. So, yeah. Any kind of a threat of violence or usage of violence for a political goal, or any of those what I just said, political, ideological, religious, is terrorism, which, yes, would fit under Gibbs' example. You're trying to use force to stop another person from, say, going about their daily lives or just blocking a road and surrounding that car, that is terrorism. You have a political goal and you're taking action that is force in order to achieve that.
My god. The stupid little focus tree got me all fucking thinking about, like, philosophy and ideas.
Your ADHD has gone the better of you. Awesome. Oh my god, Chad. He needs his Adderall.
Actually, don't give me that. They'll give me brain damage. They'll give me brain... Because that gives people brain damage. I'm actually glad I just have ADHD. I'll keep it.
Give him mushroom coffee. Even better, give him mushroom coffee.
But yeah, I just find that interesting because it's like, okay, in theory, that is. The reason why I ask these questions is because I haven't actually finished writing the builders' laws and like regulation stuff yet. Mostly because I haven't gotten to a point in the story where it's super relevant. But I was just thinking about that, like, what if there was a protest in the Builder Society? How would they handle that? And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, right? Because you have an interstellar power, right, that's scattered across the galaxy, and each planet is its own thing. Would planets from other sectors be allowed to protest on other people's planets, like from different sectors? And it's like, no, I don't think they would. That would obviously be some sort of conspiracy in that particular case, because like, okay, now you're mobilizing like entire groups of populations to go disturb an economy in a different sector within the empire. Like that would be like on a galactic scale. I was thinking about it because I was like, oh, that's so interesting. Like interesting questions is it raised? Because you just take the United States of America and then you just pretend that each state is a planet or a sector, right? And each town could be like a planet or something like that. And there you go. There's the Builder Empire, right? Not necessarily a one-to-one actually, because it works very differently with their politics, but the concept of like protesting and free speech and like that is similar in that regard, because like, okay, in America it's okay for me to go and protest in a different town. It's also okay for me to go protest in a different state, right? I don't think there's anything against that, but like a part of me is wondering, like, is that actually okay? Is that a loophole? Like, should I be able to go into Texas and as a Minnesotan and start complaining about Texas laws? I don't necessarily know if that's okay, at least in my opinion, because it's like, I don't even live there. I don't even pay the taxes for that place. It's like the equivalent of me going to Canada and protesting that Canada sucks. You know, people might agree with me. People might even there agree with me, considering what I know. But at the same time, is that actually okay for me to do that? You know what I mean? Like, is that okay? Like, can I go to Britain and protest in Britain and be like, open Britain's borders to all Arabs. Let the Arabs into Britain. But I'm American. I shouldn't have any influence in their policies and politics because I don't pay taxes to the British government. I'm not a British citizen. I'm a United States citizen advocating for some sort of massive change for their border policy and immigration policy. But as a foreign student, or not a foreign student, but a foreign body. I'm not a student. But you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really make sense, right? Like, can I go to China? Can I go to China and, like, I think Taiwan should be free? You know what happens to... Just gone. I think they'd haul Kib out and blast him. Was cooking, but last I checked, America has a law that could be used to deal with paid agitators and the people who fund and organize them and their illegal activities done by them. RICO. Yeah, I think there are laws in place for it, but it's just like catching that is hard, right? Because I remember recently in my state, there was a protest thing that happened not too long ago, right? Or something. I don't remember. It was gay. But either way, something happened and it was dumb. And one thing I remember about it was that there was a secret call group that these agitators were using to coordinate and try to basically agitate and start things. There's nothing wrong with protesting. I think protesting is more than fine. But when a protest becomes economic disruption and starts affecting local economy, it starts destroying and hurting people's livelihoods. And in which case, in my opinion,
much worse, Gibbs.
Is damaging. What?
Oh, it's much worse what you're talking about, because there are actual manuals and funding from the CCP from a U.S. citizen that's... yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think... yeah, because I was actually reading up and updating on it. And from certain news people that actually reported and have provided certain material to the administration to enforce.
Oh, but they can do that in our country, and I can't go to China and protest about them being not democratic?
Yeah, there's a U.S. citizen in Shanghai that's been funneling money into the U.S. via, similar to what Soros does, via shell organizations or whatever, into not-for-profits that have funded stuff like what you just described. And there are manuals and training for these agitators of, this is how you do it. And a lot of those people in that signal group you mentioned, well, very high probability, or I think almost certainly, were funded by that U.S. citizen in Shanghai funneling money for the CCP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there are laws against this, but obviously we can't just wander into China and just take them here.
Also, I have something really funny I have to show you, chat, before we continue the mod. Real quickly. You got to see this. I got a package from a Chatfish. And I want you to guess who this package is from, chat. Who sent me this package? Which one of you chatfish sent me a box? Chatfish like, I'll let you guys guess.
As they stroke their chin, wondering, the hints aren't very good, but I do have some guesses.
I'm sorry, just funny. I've yet to go pick it up, but my dad sent me a picture and was like, one of yours for the chatfishes, and I'm like, yep. Because they saw,
yeah.
My dad saw the picture. He took this picture and sent it to me. You could see his little feetsies. Dad's like, what? These problems are so simple to fix, but nobody wants to press the fix everything button. It's like Hearts of Iron. You just gotta wait 70 days and it'll be ready.
Yeah, don't you know everything is that simple?
Chatfish are pretty clever fishes. I think everybody knows who sent Kibbs a package.
Now, when you start playing the game again is so we don't go another...
Listen, I had to show Chatfish this because I thought they'd find it funny.
Oh, now we're referring to that.
Order is being restored. Minus 25 political power. All right, chat. I have to make another poll here. Now, I'm going to read the options before I make the poll. So first, I'm going to read the first event. It's going to lead to a binary option of a left or right choice, like most Hearts of Iron games. The riots are getting out of hand. The hypocrisy of millennials to destroy our streets and businesses while a devastating disease is spreading is outstanding. They dare to make it even worse by pressuring our state governments to reduce police funding as if we need... Oh, God, that was that? Oh, that's nuts. As if we need any more criminals rampaging through our cities. We cannot stand by anymore as the mob rule takes over our country. We get events for Back the Blue and decisions there. Wait, why can't I start it? I don't understand. I clicked the button. Oh, wait, what? I'm not ready? Oh, I'm not ready. Derp. I'm too far ahead. All right. What about that next? What? The Libyan Civil War? Don't care. Protests in Oregon?
God,
okay, that's our problem. The Saudi king is dead? Don't care. The Muammar Gaddafi? Those who do not love me do not deserve to live, Muammar Gaddafi. To the victor goes the spoils. Did Muammar Gaddafi win? Is it possible for Muammar Gaddafi to win? That'd be so funny. I think he was dead before this, though.
I don't... As in Libya Gaddafi?
Yeah, Libya's Gaddafi.
Oh, he was dead a long time.
Yeah, because I think
he
got like basically
he was ousted. He was ousted during the Obama era and got executed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you can't bring him back as a zombie. As a zombie.
Nope.
All right. So, not Portland. God help me. Portland, known as a hotbed of extremism on the West Coast, has erupted into violent protests as the movement sweeps across the country. Following the killing of Quinton Evans at the hands of the Richmond PD, demonstrators have called for an end to the police brutality, systemic racism, and inequality. They also demand justice for Black Americans who have been victims of police violence. The protests in Portland drew national attention as tensions escalated. You know what's funny? No. Don't get distracted. Keep reading, kids. Between protesters and law enforcement, federal agents were deployed to Portland to protect federal property, but their presence only fueled the protests. Protesters and federal agents engaged in violent clashes with tear gas and rubber bullets being used by law enforcement. I'm sorry, I just find rubber bullets. Rubber bullets would hurt like a son of a bitch, by the way. Despite efforts by law enforcement to disperse the protests, demonstrators in Portland remained steadfast in their cause. The protests continued throughout the summer and fall with a number of high-profile incidents and arrests. The protests in Portland and other cities around the country brought attention to the urgent need for police reform and social justice in the United States. Go home, hippies.
Oh, and yes, if you want to know how hard rubber bullets hit, take airsoft, for example. There's a reason why airsoft people do wear some heavily padded and armored clothing and sometimes actual armor.
People are pussies. Like, paintballs hurt a lot more. They leave welts.
Oh, paintballs. Okay, I wasn't sure which one hit harder.
Paintballs for sure. I've never been hit by airsoft, but I feel like paintballs probably hurt a lot more. Mostly because I've been hit by paintballs, and oh my god. They have black little welts, like little black like circle, and then a little ring around that circle usually when you're impacted directly.
Yeah, take that, and probably up the intensity, because instead of they're not paddling around, that's a heavy rubber object hitting you at high speed.
Yeah, I bet rubber bullets hurt probably a lot worse than a paintball, because paintballs are made of vegetable oil and meant to break apart. But they still hurt like a son of a bitch, though, I'll tell you. Ew. No. Oh, they hurt so bad I can remember the stings! Like little bees! Little...
Also, good lord, can this mod stop baiting you? Holy...
I can't. Chat, we need to go back to playing Japan. It was safer, because I had no idea what anything was happening.
Yeah, because you look at this, you look at these events and go, urge to break Rule 6 rising.
Nationwide protests in the U.S. following the blah blah blah. Oh my God, look at them, and it's always a certain group of people that are doing violence like this. Oh my God, oh, the game is. So... You know what? We're not going to read that. We're not going to read that. Too risky.
No.
Potential false flag incidents. We have uncovered certain groups that have potentially increased the severity of many of the riots, including but not limited to leaving mass piles of bricks and bottles, rocks. Yes, that actually did happen, and it happens all the time with these like things, and other objects which protesters then throw at officers. These objects are conveniently placed in areas where dozens of rioters gather. There have been many claims on social media that these piles of objects were placed by masked individuals. Our findings online may suggest that these objects are not merely misplaced. Respectfully yours. Absolutely right. Our director's onto him, chat. He's figuring out the truth. Nationwide protests spurred on by the news of Quinton Evans' death in police custody. Anti-police brutality protests have sprung up in Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Miami, and Washington, D.C. Wow, none of these places are actually like places that matter in our country. Beautiful. All right, so beautiful. Nuke 'em.
Don't get my hopes up.
Attracting tens of thousands of people, more every day. Their demands range from civilian oversight boards, which is not going to happen, for police departments, and greater restitutions for victims of brutality, to abolishing city police departments. Oh my God, that's so stupid. I can't believe people actually said shit like that. All right, all together in favor of community aid groups. Oh no. What are we going to do about gang violence? Footage of Evan's death is spreading across social media like wildfire, along with hashtags like hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Oh, does duct tape my mouth already?
Hashtag you're killing us. Only if we were. The Richmond Police Department has announced that they have put Sergeant Harmon in protective custody, probably for the best, and are opening a criminal investigation into his actions. But it has done little to quell the outrage. It seems that these protests have morphed from reacting to one man's death into a general outpouring of grievances with police departments and the government, and only time will tell. So notice how, despite the government having responded and done an investigation into the thing, they're not happy with the solution. They're not happy with the investigation. They're not interested in justice. It was never about justice. Justice had nothing to do with it. Curious. This isn't going away anytime soon. Just open fire. They'll go away when they're dead. They'll go. It's like, blah, 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 blah.
The hate monger strengthens and gives immensely.
Nationwide rioting. I think I just read that. Fuck. Patriot Front clashes with the resistance. Oh, God. No. Now we got glowies, too. All right. Protests by rival far-right and left-wing groups in Richmond descended into a violence as the opposing sides engaged in clashes. So dumb. And at least one man was arrested for firing a gun at demonstrators. Nobody was hurt. In an exchange of gunfire, and by Sunday, there was no word on any injuries in numerous other skirmishes that saw opposing sides brawling, dousing each other in what appeared to be bear spray, and breaking car windows of rivals. The country descended further into chaos. Nationwide rioting. In the wake of the death of African-American civilian named Quinton Evans in police custody, hundreds of thousands of people have gone out onto the street. Didn't I just read this? I don't know. I feel like I'm reading the same thing twice here.
I've seen that. I think they were repeating the same. Same
Conservative
one
elements have already
occasionally.
begun to arm themselves and enter cities protested in under pretext of protecting small businesses, which they have stated as being targeted by the protesters. Clashes are inevitable. They'll go home eventually. I mean, true, they will. They did, actually.
Yeah.
At least in our timeline. Reinvigorate the economy. Establishment of the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Oh, that's when this happened. All right. The People's Republic of ACAB. Capitol Hill. Oh my god, that's fucking retarded. Officers of Capitol Hill in Seattle, Washington have abandoned the precinct and relocated to a nearby Safeway. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and other groups have set up roadblocks in the area and proclaimed Capitol Hill an autonomous zone. Oh my god, that's funny. It's only going to get worse. Now, just go in and kill him. Like, there we go. Problem solved. I can't show them.
Get canceled.
Well, I mean, it's just a way to deal with it. It's just a video game. Let's see. In before, like, I get arrested, he made sounds. That sounds like a gun. Sounds like a. Oh my god, I could see it. If I was Canadian, that would be it. The would have been the end of Kib right there. Like, that would be Kib in execution.
Oh my god, he has a gun.
Euthanize him.
Gun.
Euthanize him.
My god, it's a water gun. Run for the hills will get wet.
All right, I kind of need to, like, deal with the riders, but I also need to get rid of the... Okay, one problem at a time. Virus first, then we get rid of riders. Development of the vaccine is now our priority to ensure that America can return to status quo. It's not just a mere competition between us and China. It's competition to see how many lives we can save by testing the speed and dedication of our country's top scientists. We shall further incentivize this and pulling huge amounts of funds together to further our efforts in the vaccine progress. Major cities riots. Rioting doesn't solve anything. I'm not going to read all these. Jesus Christ. I'll be here for thousands of years.
You know what would be a good way to distract us from this? Invading Mexico.
Richmond police disband? What the fuck? That's fucking nuts. Did that actually happen? Oh my god. Maybe the coup isn't the biggest problem.
I don't know. I do hope your channel doesn't get striked after all this.
It's not going to get striked. It's a video game. It never gets striked.
No, but
it might get yellowed, is what it might do. The moon organizes White House siege. What? Disturbing reports from FBI and multiple informants have surfaced today. The movement, ? And its splinter groups are actively organizing for a potential siege of the White House. This development coincides with approaching election season, with the movement aiming to prevent President Donald Trump's re-election as their top priority. They're now strategizing the siege of the White House, scheduled in approximately 50 days, intending to diminish the president's approval ratings. I don't know if necessarily a siege would do that. I think it would actually backfire. If we do not effectively counter the movement's plans,
there is no way
the
to
siege is likely to proceed as scheduled, straining the president's current... Okay, we're entering fantasy territory really quickly.
There is no way to siege the White House like that, especially with what you need to do. Dude, there are too many escape routes from the White House that, many of which we don't know, that sieging is literally impossible. Unless you're a high-tech military, which, good luck getting there.
Don't worry, it's actually Chinese spies. Jeffish, this game's gonna destroy my channel.
Good, that guarantees failure.
Jeffish, help me. Help me. The other option. To the most political observers, 2020 has been the year marked by extreme political violence, extremism. Okay, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. This is bait. This is bait. This is bait. COVID cases increase. Well, that's not good. Increased nationwide strikes. The commies are sinking the economy. Did this happen? I don't remember half this shit.
Treats a lot of this as fantasy.
That looks like it might have been real. That looks real cringe, though. What a bunch of LARPers.
They might actually be LARPers.
American only oil. Just, toasty.
Music choice is good, at least.
This is the base case music. What if I do American-only oil?
Yeah.
It will help our country. Marvel
Daily
oil
crisis,
crisis.
Stability. You might want to do that.
But I should probably deal with
Blasting.
the riots, though.
Yeah,
The
back
riots
to
are
police
getting
first.
worse, chat. We gotta deal with them. Open fire. Jeff, stop. Stop the spread. The Jewish Defense League. The what now?
You heard it.
This is starting to become a common occurrence. Oh, yeah, I suppose. Palestinian supporters. They're probably just attacking Jewish people. That's like a thing they do. Trouble in Capitol Hill.
Yeah. I know this because back where I grew up, I had many Jewish friends, and yeah, that was becoming more of a problem. That's why a lot of them fled.
Yeah. Weird how cyclical life is, isn't it?
Yeah.
California
People never learn
wildfires,
lessons.
not a problem. Patriot Front March in Washington, open fire. Sir, we're hitting our own man.
Dragon Lord
Oh, okay.
asks, Dragon Lord asks, was this mod made by neutral or is it biased for one side?
I think it'd be both sides.
Treat it,
I think. Yeah, it
treat
lets
it as
you
a
be
meme.
both.
Yeah, let it be both, but treat it as a meme. This is a meme mod.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
Yes, Schwan, we are a full alternative history territory, which...
Explosion
granted,
at the
that's the whole point
Freeport
of Hearts
chemical
of
plant.
Iron.
Pray for Texas. Hashtag thoughts and prayers, Chatfish. Thoughts and prayers. Send the police. Open fire. No. I'm kidding. I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop. Biden secures the Democratic nomination. Biden, huh? Not who I would have chosen. Oh my God, help me. Military coup in Mali. Africa being Africa. Oh God, help. Shinzo Abe resigns. Don't get shot. Try to live, boy. Don't die like you always do. He died in our Japan run. He died in... Check. Our stability's dropping. Rising in African identity? No. The what now? Oh God, the left has gone off the deep end. I'm not even reading that. That's just, no. Suburban radicalism? I'm not reading that either. I feel like if I read any of these, I'm gonna like disappear. Wildfires? I don't know. Maybe that's controversial too. Major city riots? Oh Jesus! All right, let's just gonna ignore that.
Again.
Confederate sympathies? Nope, not gonna touch that. Not gonna touch that.
Oh my God.
Nope, not gonna touch that one either. Just the siege is canceled. A great relief. Patriot Front March in Philadelphia. Oh my God, they really gotta stop doing that. Crush the rioters. All right, chat. This is actually a Chatfish choice. The Chatfish must choose. Like choose. All right, what we're going to go for first, we're going to go for relying on foreign oil has been a disaster for our energy sector, and we need to turn our own domestic suppliers to ensure the automobiles can keep running. We're going to get this because it's going to pump our approval up. I don't even know what my approval is. Honestly, I don't even know if I could do anything about it. 51. Yeah, I think the Democrats have more stuff. I'm not sure. Send in police to buy time. It's a 65 chance for major city riots, by the way. Jesus Christ. Maybe we stop sending the police. Maybe if you send in my boys in 2020, the riots will be over now. Jesus Christ. It's Jason Chatfish. It's Jason Chatfish, my God. Not deployed vaccine. I gotta deploy it. I'm deploying it to Missouri. We'll test it on the Missourians. Oh no, they're dropping like flies. Oh no. Oh, no. The little fish is floating down the river. Oh no, chat. They didn't make it. They're all dead. All right, crush the riders, chat, or compromise. This has actually been tackled in a lot of shows. And really, this is a case-by-case scenario. Now, in this particular case, well, I'm not going to say my own personal thoughts, but
No, we're not.
in this particular case, like, it's obviously, like, a bit more, like, we know what happened.
Let's roll up the sleeves.
Now, Chatfish, what do you do? Oh, chat, what are you voting for? What's going on there, chat? Oh my god, YouTube, I don't know. My Chatfishes are just, they gone rogue. Like,
They got rogue. They're going against the correct choice.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. Jeff was like, all right, chat. It appears that the vast
It's
majority
unanimous.
of you have voted for crushing the riots. My God.
Managed democracy has won again.
Manage chatocracy. Let it let it continue. No compromise with terrorists, says Chatfish. Fuck. All right, chat. Well, crushing them. Here we go. Oh, you gotta. That's what we're going for next. That's right. We gotta finish the American oil. Thermal optics. I feel like if we don't do this right, we're gonna have a civil war, and I feel like the civil war is just gonna happen. Like it's just gonna. It's just a matter of time, Chad. You gotta let it happen. Skirmishes about that. Don't know what that is. Green Mountain Anarchists. Growth in the Cascading Identity. What an odd bunch of extremists. That would never happen, but alright. Oh my god. This is Fantasy Realm. Oh my god. That is Fantasy Realm right there. Oh my god, there's a button to do support for Trump and I've been fucking it up. Fuck. I've been messing up pretty bad, I think.
Well, you just learned a mod, so...
Might have to redo this.
Okay.
I didn't even see this tab here. Fuck! Open fire. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what's happening. The latest development, political chaos, NC Democratic Party, Bill de Blasio was shot dead. That's very ironic. Okay, I'm sorry. It's ironic. It's like supports that. So, dead to the American state. Okay, whatever.
Libertarian political path, pro-militia military, Trump's America, ACG, so whatever... Sorry.
Alright, crush the riders. Just destroy them, Chatfish. Like, they just scream as they disappear.
First rebellion in Saudi Arabia. Take a look at Saudi Arabia real quick.
Her Kadurka Muhammad Jihad.
Oh yeah, it's completely shattered.
That's funny. Okay. That was stupid. Where was that button I just found? Fuck, I found it. There it is. That's a button. Humiliate the opposition by destroying them. Yeah, I fucked this up pretty bad, Chatfishes. I don't know if I can pull this back. Something is fishy around here. Come on, people. Say no to Joe. Oh, damn. Good thing this isn't being played during election season. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Just like, what? Countdown day? Oh, we fucked up so bad. All right, we're going to restart. We're going to restart. We're going to honor the choices we made before. But, like, I didn't even see that button. And I've needed to be interacting with that button. It's going to go so fast, chat. It's going to go so fast. It's like, I saw that and I'm like, no, this run's lost. This run is nice. I love the crash. Crashes are good. Crash is a friend.
Well done. Now, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back.
You're loud. So, okay. Maybe Chatfish were right. Maybe chat bitches are actually secretly chat geniuses. Like, chat bitches find your whack of faith disturbing. Goddamn it, chat. Shut your little mouths. Shut your little goddamn mouths. Shut your little goddamn... Chat, it's gonna be fine, chat. We're only gonna get canceled a little bit. Like, a little bit of canceling never hurt nobody. The fucking Muslim music kills me every time. Oh my god. It's so stupid. It's so oh my god. It's not as bad as Dune 2 Part 2. I don't know why, but desert music kills me on the inside. It's just so bad. Whenever there's like desert things, like it's like, okay, dude, like stop with the random vocalization. It has no melody. It's just random vocalizing. And the worst part is in subtitles, you know what it says? It just says vocalizing. It means nothing. All right. We've learned a lot about how to do this. Second, we're gonna say this is round 2. Okay, we're gonna count that other one as a failure. I saw the approval rating flatlining and I realized that I wasn't engaging with being president in the slightest. Okay. So now we know. We've learned. We've learned, chat bitches. Again, investing in Minnesota might have been a mistake. Perhaps we should invest in North Dakota, the real superpower state. Check, what the fuck? And South Dakota, the financial sector of our country. There, fixed. Check it. Okay. Now with the Dakotas safely secured, the heart of America's protected. The heart of America's protected. Both Dakotas will unite to form superstate. Like, what the fuck? Okay, we need to upgrade our guns. Stop producing that shit. Switch to Colt. Colts are what we're going to use, right? Colt's going to be the gun guy. You're going to produce a new artillery gun. M77s, hell yes, sign me up, boy. All right, FIMs, I don't know what that means. Femdoms? Oh, I don't want to be part of that. No, thanks. No. Man, big pass. A feminine dominated relationship? I don't know about that, chat. Women in charge? Not in my 2020s game. You can't keep getting away with it. I know what you guys are into. You're into femdom, aren't you, you sick fuck? They're like, yeah, we think that women should fucking... I don't know. And they get like... I don't know. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. I'm thinking what I'm saying. What you're going to say, chat. You just know what I'm going to say. Now, see. We need to make tank. Chatfish need tonk. Tonk. Make tonk. Chatfish now make tonk. It'll be made for that company. All right. We now make tonk. Wonderful. All right. We're going to make... we're just gonna make tonk, and then that's it. We're just gonna make planes now. We're gonna make the FJ. We're gonna make the F-22 because I like the look of it. I don't know if it's better, but that's what we're just like. Stamp. He's just gonna make the worst things. Unmanned aerial craft. We need a drone. Reaper. The Boeing company will make that. I heard their planes are good at falling apart or something. You know, drones can just look at no Chatfish. All right, strategic bomber. That looks like a strategic bomber. Grumman, they deserve a chance. Give Grumman a chance. I don't know who they are. Attack helicopter. All right. Obviously the Apache. Chukka, motherfucker. I want like 4 factories assigned to that. I want like 6 to do that. What do you want, game? What do you want from me? You want attack aircraft? Fuck. You want, like, A-10 Thunderbolts or whatever the fuck they're called? What the fuck is it? A-10. Chunky plane. There we go. Warthog or whatever. All right, don't make... Raytheon, you get to make them. There you go. Congratulations. We need a lot of jets. It's kind of insane, honestly. There. Planes are being produced. Chatfish can be happy. Convoy boats. Has that thing happened yet where the ship got stuck in the Nile or whatever? In 2020? I forget when that happened. That was funny. Alright, we're going to build aircraft carrier. Because everybody loves aircraft carriers. Chatfish adore them. Then we're going to build an anti-airship to shoot down planes because planes are gross. And then we're going to shoot boats with our little boat. Where's the little boat? It has a weird picture. You make destroyers? That's screen ships. Destroyers. You're going to do that one. More destroyer spam. Destroyer spam. Yeah. And then another destroyer, please. I want another one. And another one. Okay, there we go. What? We have free civilian factory still. We're building financial sectors. Okay. Minnesota will become Mordor. It'll become military factories. It's like, what the fuck? Little fins pointing at the Minnesota. That's where the tanks come from. Shut up, chat. Shut your little mouths. All right, so let's see. Japan. We're going to trade with Japan because I feel bad for them because they're going to have to fight China by themselves. Probably. We'll trade with India? Oh, God help me. I'll regret it later. Okay, I want to move my armies. And then we're moving to the middle of America because if the rebellion starts, it starts like this or something. There we go. And then factories. Okay, we fucked up. Okay, we need to get factory research, construction research. Fuel's already done. Get that microchip set. Go for machine guns. Get thermal optics so Chatfish can see in the dark. There we go. Perfect. All right. Raytheon primarily makes detection and defense systems kibbles. Well, they're making planes now. Good job, Raytheon. Congratulations. Like, whoa. That's like I come into the office like, I want bombers. They just look at me like, bro, I only make like fucking fire detectors. It's like, bro, you're making fucking bombers. Start printing them out. Start printing them out. Goes up to the next company, and it's like a mom and pop shop that sells fucking pie. You're gonna make machine gun. Machine gun. Alright, chat. I've made America into a beautiful country. Now let's press the button. And this time we know what we're doing. Oh, it's a button that wasn't there the first time. It appears. God damn it, chat. This is your fault. Alright. We're going to do everything Chatfish wanted last time. Good to see fellow patriots in my America. Oh god, there's a legal immigration level? Jeez. Pelosi didn't even read it! Screams.
Oh my god.
Do you like that little scream? So mad at Pelosi. Alright, time to rally support. My fellow Americans. The coup is coming, chat. Far white militias, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Excuse me while I cough on Kibbs. Make him bedridden for a month straight.
Seems this is our problem. Fuck off, Taliban. Fuck off. Okay, there we go. Got that. All right, Operation Warp Speed. It sounds so stupid. It sounds so dumb.
A warp speed to Mars.
Well, that's not good. Chat, we're goofing. Oh no, our economy's
Brian says
pooping.
Raytheon primarily makes detection and defense systems kibble.
I know, they're making bombers for me now. I've changed their job. Pray I don't change it again. Like, why are we making space shuttles? As one just smashes into the ground again. It's like, fuck. I knew I shouldn't have had Little Caesar's Pizza make our space shuttles. It's like I'm made out of cardboard box. Boss, I'm just, this is my fucking Porta, pizzeria. Oh, those goddamn. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Wonderful. Now, time to shit on the opposition. Okay, we got Operation Warp Speed is in effect. Reinvigorate the economy. Let's go.
Printing presses go brrr. Damn the inflation levels.
Don't worry about it. It's like, what? As they just...
There is no such thing as inflation. I wrote it out of existence. See? Here's my signature.
Stimulate that economy. Oh. I must destroy the opposition.
Yeah, fund a bunch of useless road projects and then record it as GDP.
Record it as GDP. It's like, whoa, economy good, strong.
Yeah, I learned that from Mustache Man.
Oh my god, he actually did do that. Oh my god, he actually... He's a bit retarded, wasn't he? Recorded as GDP. Number go up. Richmond police. Don't worry about it.
Ryan asks, when will you get Argentinian fuzzy? Multiple times. Well, you see, I have yet to get my chainsaw, Brian, so we're not full Argentinian madman yet.
Saudi King has gone to heaven. It's like, really? No, he's burning in hell. He chose the wrong faith. What was the right one? Scientology.
I'm so tempted to make a joke, but I'm going to bite my tongue. Like, Scientology? Oh my.
I know, we live in a cursed time. We live in a... Jeff was like, no, Scientology.
Now, chat. How much money to make Kibbs go conquistador so that the Indio model gets his conquistador? It just fits, honestly. I just want the image of conquistador kids holding the holding Indio.
And the chaos. Okay, we need to do vaccine first. Okay, even doing stuff, my approval is like dropping. I don't even know if it's actually making even notable differences.
I think it's gonna try and force you towards a civil war.
All that did result in rioting. That didn't work out so good.
Brian says, next you're gonna tell me the Masons are a sinister force in this mod. I don't think the Masons are really relevant anymore. They were during the revolutionary time. I mean, look at the layout of the Capitol buildings was in the is a Freemason symbol.
Yeah, I had a friend whose dad was like in the Freemasons, and they didn't do anything, as far as I was aware. They sort of like sat around and did nothing.
Yeah, it's not really a secret society anymore. It's more of a just, hey, fancy name.
Yeah, it's more like a club is what it seemed like.
Yeah, men's club? I don't actually know. I think men's club.
Okay, American Oil will push our approval rating good. Which we do want to do. Do the American Oil thing. Take back Capitol Hill. There was that big explosion thing.
Sam Jackson says, moon laser? Tempting. Yes, let's throw a laser on the moon and aim it at the Earth.
It'll work. Don't worry about chatfishes. Like, okay.
We gotta use that Space Force effectively somehow. God. This mod is just a minefield I can't stop.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I'm just Scrooge McDuck being dragged through the minefield and I just don't care. I power through it. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen the cartoon.
Okay, we're actually doing a little better, I think. Biden, stop it. Biden, he's making my country less stable. He's making... Since Abe's done, he's just taking a break from being a dude. Okay, resource extraction bonuses is always a good thing. for our economy, Chief.
Dragon Lord asks, are we going to reenact the plot to James Bond 007 Moonraker movie? I have no idea what that's referencing.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not Chumpa. I'm Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Grease Man Fuzzy.
Rally support. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're fighting hard. Oh my god, this game's pop-up's a video game. Don't pop up shit from other countries. I don't care. I don't care. It's like Afghanistan is on fire. I don't care.
Yeah, I haven't really seen James Bond movies. No, I'm not really the.
They're very
haven't really
schlocky
seen
and fun. Our chat voted for Crush the Riders. Okay, the next thing will be available in a sec. Honestly, sending the police has a 65% for major city riots. Like, I'm just not going to risk it. Okay, the masks and supply, that's what's doing that. So these are the states that are affected. And so let's focus on the states that we know are going to be states we need to worry about. Purchase masks. Oh god, the fucking Mexican invasion.
What?
Oh, it's just like illegal. It's okay. I thought Mexico declared war. I'm like, what? What?
Not to say they're not that suicidal.
We'll see.
Gonna give us a reason to. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll say the drug problem will be fixed very quickly.
Okay, we're doing a lot better this time.
Yeah, you're slowly starting to get into approval.
Come on, boys. Come on, people. Say no to Joe. My stability's dropping. So bad, though, this time around.
I think it's just playing the United States in this mod in general. It's like try to battle the instability. I think you should selectively deploy the vaccine.
Yeah, I'm only deploying to states that matter. It's like, they're just falling over
I was
dead.
about to say, if the vaccine is ineffective, why not deploy to states that don't?
End the chaos. The anarchy on our streets has finally died down as our brave police forces regained their bearings and have begun efficiently cracking down on the rioters. Even with the unfavorable circumstances, while there are still riots present in some parts of our country, they are only largely present in Democrat states. If anything, they are doing us a favor by embarrassing those hacks and their negligent support of these wannabe revolutionaries. So this will actually help us out. And then we need to push for more things soon. Purchase masks. Increase mask production. Okay, we got command power. Crush riots in Louisville. Kill them all. Jeff just starts screaming. Oh my god, funny. Alright, crush riots in Wilmington. Start there first. Only crush one riot at a time. Time to start slowing down the game as we're going to have to fix stuff. Alright, while that's happening, we're going to get the vaccines to New Mexico.
Yeah, if you're not feeling well, I'll buy and don't join if you think you'll hurt your ear or whatever.
Bino, this is the spiciest stream ever. Bino would love this. You're like, boom! Starts
Gives
exploding.
the channel gets banned.
Increase mask production. Right. End the riots in Louisville. Good.
Why do you want us to invade Australia, Albine?
He's just like on this like thing because he's a little beano.
I think invading Canada would be much more useful.
Get the riots in Birmingham. Good. Wait, there's more riots popping up as I'm smacking them. Ugh.
Hey,
like
look
playing
at the fun side. It means more riots to
whack-a-mole.
SmackDown. You'll have plenty of prison labor for your production.
Sleepy. 2020
Ugh.
elections, Trump holds rally. These puny experts are saying we can do it. Too bad for COVID. We can't do it. Too bad for COVID. While these Antifa jerks, resistance or whatever, they keep threatening me and my people. Security's scared shitless, saying it's too dangerous. But what do they know? We can't bend right now. We've got to rally. Now is not the moment to surrender. Leave that to the Democrats. Damn. They want our country to surrender. But we can't do that. We've got to fight. Damn. Did he actually say that? That's pretty good. I've got to show my people that I am with them. Not like Basement Joe. Who keeps hiding. That's so boomery, it hurts me. I'm out here holding the torch because we're gonna win. But only if we do big things. One small problem. There's so much talk about. I'm afraid it'll all be over the place. I'm afraid it'll be all over the place. My dumb speechwriters can't come up with anything. But I know what my people need. I can feel it. No need for a teleprompter. The polls say we're losing, but the economy says otherwise. Hard as a rock. So important. It's about unity, our Christian values, and America first. I don't know, does this affect anything? I'm the president of law and order. We must attack the so-called movement. Sleepy Joe and his radical left agenda will end. No. I am the law. I think I'm going to do that one.
Well, you want to do the Sleepy Joe one?
No, I just think it's funnier to do a Judge Dredd reference. Security is still needed to be heightened here in Richmond, ever since the unfortunate accident with police and the riots that followed. But it wasn't a problem for you. You put your life at risk many times for the sake of this country. Some petty protesters won't stop you or your voters. We need to talk, of course, about the riots, these terrible and disgusting insurrectionists ripping up our country. Millions and millions of dollars of property gone, destroyed by these horrible people. And not just the property, they want to destroy our culture and our monuments too. It's crazy. They probably want to blow up Abe Lincoln. It's all incited by these Antifa jerks. But we all know where they get their funding, don't we, folks? The so-called movement claims to bring justice and peace, but really, all they can do is the opposite. And Joe, he loves them. He loves praising them and taking pictures, really appreciating all the destruction. Arson Joe, we call him. Hurts me so. But I am the president of law and order. Always have been. Security is our top priority. We have done so much for our law enforcement agents. We back the blue. By the way, yes, we do. Our beautiful police officers. Tell them they can be less gentle by the... Tell them we can be they can be less gentle, by the way. And of course, our military. We brought it back from the dead after Obama's disaster. You can ask all these generals. They love me. Our country has never been stronger than under Trump. And we're going to do even better. Just you see. We need to stick, I say again, the law and order. Because if we don't, we won't have a country anymore.
Yes, my generals love me. They're the kings and queens of brown nosing.
Perfect.
God, there are so many jokes you can make from this mod. It's... Yemeni government collapse. Yes, that's a civil war. which is still going on.
Huh?
Hmm?
What are you talking about?
The Yemeni Civil War. The event thing popped up.
Probably.
Imagine the Yemeni government collapses. Yeah. They were in a civil war for a long time by now.
Damn,
Right.
that negative political power hurts. I can't do nothing when they do that.
Oh my god, 12 years.
God, that's riding my state. We gotta crush that immediately. The GOP collapses? What? Be there, be wild.
Oh, this is referring to the 2020 Texas lawsuit.
Okay. Lasting peace.
Oh wait, new political. Oh, I know. It's
With the media calling the
Oh.
election for Joe Biden, their seats secure, and the Texas lawsuit thrown out, many GOP have distanced themselves from President Trump, revealing their true stance. Oh, I think this did happen, I think.
I think this is the what was it called? Lincoln Project people.
I have no idea. I can't remember. All right, Minneapolis trying to beat the shit out of you. To beat the shit. Islamic extremists take Mecca. Damn. Allahu Akbar. Allah. Let's explode. Page front march on DC. Dang. Terrorism. That thing right there needs to trigger because that's like my only hope. Barbara Lee joins PSL. The radical left shows their true colors. Almost there. Almost there. We're in the positive. Flynn comes out of retirement. What? Michael Flynn, former national security advisor for the Trump administration, had been called from retirement by the president following an abrupt pardon by the president on November 25th. The national security advisor had been held up in court for over 3 years under the charge of assisting foreign agents, specifically Turkish and Russian foreign agents. However, after having cooperated with investigation into these channels and what seemed to be an unfair holding of Flynn in court, President Trump has issued a presidential pardon for him, freeing him of the judicial quagmire. Months prior, Flynn had pledged an oath to the QAnon theory, holding its accusations against him, against what it considers to be Democrat malefactors, as true. His loyalty to the current president displayed as very much intact. With President Trump's potentially losing his re-election, Flynn has reportedly advised Trump to declare martial law, suspend the Constitution, and rerun the election. Though President Trump has denied this accusation, he has stirred up mass chaos with his resigning as National Security Advisor under the supposedly exiting administration. The world watches with bated breath as Trump's next move may decide the fate of the nation. All right, it's going to trigger. Biden declared victor in the U.S. presidential election, but I won! I have a higher approval rating. That means I win! Pence, you traitor! Oh, yeah, that's right, that actually happened. Surprising, very few Joseph R. Biden is slated to be winner. It happens if you cheat hard enough, I suppose. The U.S. presidential election and become the nation's next chief executive. Many established political pundits and scientists have voiced that Trump's loss was almost inevitable. Has normalcy changed? I don't want to read that. I don't read that either.
Why do you think?
That's too much reading.
Also, landmines.
Okay, let's see. Hello, my people. Good to see so many of my fellow patriots assemble today to show their concern for the way our country is heading. I'm very grateful to all of you because what we need to say about these disgusting people over there and their plot to take over the country very illegally, they are crooked, they are hateful, and they're out to get you. You that they're really after. The lying media, the corrupt politicians, the Democratic National Corruption Committee, and the never-Trump traitors. That horrible cabal of people that hate our country. They are so cruel to us, and so unjust, and so unfair, saying we must concede. How can we concede when we have been winning so much? And after all that we've done, they're saying that I'm a loser. Hurts my feelings, it does. And they're saying that you, the people, are losers. But you are not losers. You're the ones that really won. You're the reason they're so afraid right now. No, we cannot concede. So I say we need to go there and put them back in their place. Show those DC bureaucrats who's the real power in this country. A show of force. It will simply serve to remind them who they owe their positions to. We promised at the very beginning of our movement that we would bring DC back to the people. So if they don't want to give it away, then it's very simple. We take it from them peacefully and patriotically. And now a civil war happens no matter what I do.
Oh, will it happen?
Probably. I don't really understand how the
I
civil
wonder
war
if that's what their
works.
approval rating does. It affects how much support you have in the Civil War.
Yeah.
That's just
All right, now we just need to win this. The Berkeley Massacre, horrifying. Shots rang out in across UC Berkeley campus earlier today as National Guard units clashed with student protesters. Stories of what truly happened range wildly. The National Guard claiming that stones were thrown at the soldiers first, while the student activists claimed that the soldiers shot first, with photos shared all across social media. All right, I'm going to tell you right now. If somebody starts shooting at you, you're not going to throw rocks. You're going to run. You're going to run. So it's very obviously the students throw it first, based on what I'm reading there, all right? Like, somebody starts opening fire with machine guns, you just run. Massacre more than 50 years earlier. Oh my god. National Guard, the tragedy drawn, spread, blah, 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 blah. Lasting peace. We'll raise our approval by 5. I mean, that's good. Our approval went up a little bit more. What's funny is the approval mechanic still exists. Trump has been certified president 100%. Oh, it's a percentage chance. So while I got over here, 100% chance of Git's event, Trump has been certified president. 0% chance Biden has been certified president. Oh, what? Curious. I'm not really sure. Inauguration of Joe Biden. America weeps. Well. Oop! We got Sleepy Joe. The shadow presidency. The results of the elections has proven that America will face the roughest time not seen since 1861. Our enemies are increasing by the passing time, and we must prepare ourselves in this temporary calm before the storm. Remove 56 days from mission, the inevitable civil war.
Why the other ones? Fan the flames, underground. Oh, this is the Civil War pack.
Yeah, we're gonna get moving. Well, no matter what, it's gonna be civil war.
God, this is gonna be such a spicy mod.
What the fuck? Oh, cringe. Communists. 35 days. I don't have the political power to do anything, by the way.
You might just have to wait for that one shadow presidency to finish first.
The fire rises. Formation of far-left militias in the West Coast. Oh, informants have gathered reliable information. Communists are forming the left coast. Cute. FBI raids far-right stronghold. Blah, blah, blah. Burmese military coup. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. That doesn't matter, because they can't do nothing with it. All we need to do is continue to build up the right side of history. Check. Fuck! I think I got rid of all the little coofs. Inevitable civil war. The fire has been lit. Bombing at the New York Stock Exchange. The morning after months of terror and violence never seen before, the Big Apple since 9/11 has now reached a new high. New York Stock Exchange was attacked around 10:30, an hour after the opening bell. Bell range, a bomb had gone off on the trading floor. Reports suggest that up to 27 people have been killed, including 3 of 4 perpetrators. Among the dead include CEOs, journalists, traders, police, and security. Approximately 2 minutes after the bombing, 4 gunmen rushed onto the floor and began firing. Shortly after, the police security stationed at the exchange began exchanging. I hate how they use that word twice there. Gunfire, resulting in 3 perpetrators being killed, including 2 security guards and 1 police officer. The New York City Police Chief Dermot Shea announced a station-wide manhunt with a curfew at this morning. Basically, shit's going bad. So, accelerating the Civil War is good or bad? This is the time of great crisis has arrived in America, and there is no way to turn back. We must secure loyalties from different factions within the Union in order to save the nation, for if we blah 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 cease to exist. I have no political power.
Go back to that.
What?
I was trying to read that. I guess you want to speed up the Civil War, but I guess you just gotta wait till you complete some of those
You want to get legitimacy points from
focuses first. Yeah. So I guess there's a new mechanic while Biden's in the White House.
Pray for Texas. Chaffers are freezing to death, like, they're gone.
Livefire says the focus changes depending on whether or who you choose and if they get inaugurated. So, okay.
Fan the flames. Underground armaments. Get blasted.
I guess fan the flames, then armaments, then save America?
Yeah, I think so, because get the political power.
Yeah.
The fire rises in every part of this country, from the coast to coast, from state to state. We need to ignite a war against the corrupt establishment, and those who would take advantage of the situation.
Says, make sure you... Chat says, bad, make sure you pass all your national focuses first. So do all 3 before the Civil War of those.
Yep. Is there any reason to end the chaos now? I don't think so. It costs 50 political power. We might as well do it. Maybe that'll help us somehow. I have no idea. Protest organized is not active. I feel like it won't. Unless
I don't
it's
know if
like...
it'll do anything for you.
I know it's a debuff. I'm not sure. Ow! I accidentally scratched myself. Ew, it hurt. Ew. Should I, what? They just look at me. Kill the protesters. Eh, fucking screams. I think I'm going to end the chaos, because I don't know what that does. It affects my stability. Shmormoo! Welcome
Morty.
to the spicy stream. We're playing a mod that's very, very spicy. That's very, very... It's a hot tamale.
We've been making jokes about it the entire time.
It's been almost like stepping on landmines and landing on every single one on the way down is what I feel like I've done today. Texan family killed in standoff. Fuck.
If you want to have some fun, Morty, now's the stream for it.
Our little Shmormoo guy.
We all know how you...
Alright, fan the flames has succeeded. Now, underground armaments. We need to stage countrywide protests. No. I think underground armaments is probably what we want first.
Encourage the Second Amendment. That's what you're really doing.
We need to stockpile on armaments, so when the time comes, we can use all of them to wage war against the corrupt, illegitimate rule back in DC. And then we want to do... Only one state is affected by the coronavirus. Oh, it's like fucking Hawaii or some shit, isn't it? No? Alaska? Yes. There, got rid of the COVID virus, I think. That should be it for them. End the chaos. Perfect, Chips. Perfect. America's
Life
healed.
says you get a big stability and approval rating when those states have the coup. Such protests. Okay, so that's how you get stability back.
America's healed. Though all the turmoil, we have done it. We have decimated COVID-19 and purged the foreign virus from our nation. Now we can go back to normal, or can we? Some doctors are claiming that we should expect the coronavirus to behave like the flu and come with a new strand every year. But for now, we can finally settle down and have some peace. Oh, now I'm giving approval to Sleepy Joe. No. Oh, no, it's actually helping me. Trump's approval's going up from this base. That's incredibly funny. What does that do for me? Anything? I guess I get more political power, which is actually a net good. Okay, we're preparing for the Holy Civil War. That's how you get large approval rating before the inauguration. So, like, if you just invest all your political power... So, the trick is not to do political speeches, but just to invest into that. I'll try that in a next run. I'm kind of curious. GameStop! Woo! Oh, God, this thing happened.
Is GameStop still in business?
Financial markets are in turmoil today. Value at the GameStop GME has shot up beyond anyone's expectation. GameStop short squeeze began in late 2020 when a group of investors on the subreddit r Wall Street began buying up shares of GME stock, primarily as a response to the company's declining fortunes. And the short position taken by hedge funds like Melvin Capital, these institutional investors had bet that GME's stock price would fall and were using complex financial instruments like options to try to make money from the decline. The Wall Street Bets group, however, had a different plan. By buying up shares of GME and refusing to sell, they drove up the stock price, causing short sellers to incur massive losses, as they were forced to buy back the shares at much higher prices. This created a feedback loop as the rising stock price attracted more individual investors to buy in, further driving up the price and causing even greater losses for short sellers. GameStop short squeeze ultimately resulted in billions of dollars in losses for the institutional investors who had bet against the company, while the individual investor who had organized the squeeze made substantial profits. Cha-ching!
Unironically, this was... Oh my god, I remember the song. Hold my bully boys, hold. Was what people were saying. Don't sell the stock, hold on to it. But ironically, if you did a bought and then sold real quick, you know, pump and dumps like that are illegal, you ironically would have made a lot of money from the memes.
Been a rich
Granted, it would have been ill-gotten gain. It would have been ill-gotten gains in a way, because you're not investing in it. You're not doing classic, hey, is this company worth and going to go up? You're just taking advantage of a situation.
Our condolence to the dead Germans. Like, start screaming.
Well, and ironically, it was very funny. As some of the hedge funds shorted, if I remember right, shorted more stock than there was available stock, so how was that physically possible?
Okay, we are currently preparing for the Civil War against Sleepy Joe, the video game.
I see Morty did the smart thing. Oh wait, no,
He said,
you
I
know
knew
someone,
someone
Morty?
that made a lot from GME. He retired from working construction. Nice. In the darkest of times, we must get to convince the people that we are fighting the righteous war to save America, from petty separatists to fanatical warlords who have the audacity to proclaim themselves the alternative government for America itself. Now, can I do things to do tough? Expand military stockpiles. Yes.
But yeah, depending how much money you put into the GME thing, you would have come out with possibly hundreds of percentage of profits. Not even joking. If you say put in 1,000, you would walk away with 10,000 at least. This is an example. It's a regular line.
Gamer.
Reggie bitch.
One and all. Bear witness.
Squilly, welcome to the spicy stream. He just ignites into fire. He's like,
Good thing I like
We've been making spicy
food.
jokes the entire time.
yes, we're
How far
currently
can we
preparing
go?
to rebel against Biden. So if you're wondering what's happening,
Yeah, you're at the White House.
Which
Oh my
states
God.
support you?
I think it's going to be like the Midwest area. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know.
I don't think it really tells you. This is something that's more in a... Honestly, because I think this is in base art survivor of the Stalin mechanic of rebelling against Stalin. I don't think they really implemented something similar to that here.
So we don't want to research the fire rises yet until we're ready.
Kill. Unless. Perhaps.
Come on, Chatfish, come on. Come on, Chatfish, come on.
I'm just imagining it. The United States will be reorganized into the first American empire.
Beep, 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 bum, 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 bum.
Boom.
Like Lord of the Rings, we start playing. Not just a whoa.
Yes, you just hear our new powers rising.
A new power is rising.
It's March on Canada! Take everything.
Stage country protests. What's this do? This will hurt the stability when the war starts. Okay, we want to do that.
You probably just want to expand military stockpiles quite a lot.
Stability hurts their ability to manufacture, if I remember right. Yes. So we can stack on one negative at least. Chat fishes, ready to rise up. Stage countrywide protest. There's gonna be the last thing we can do. And now, if that's the last thing we do, the fire rises. We're gonna trigger that. Good, Chips, good. Wonderful, Chips, wonderful. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Morty, but that you missed the Artemis 2 launch.
Yeah, we did
Yeah, you
look at
should
it
be-
on stream, but the VOD's up. It's pretty cool. It's still cool to watch.
Yeah, you can still see, you can still watch it at least.
You watch kids stream.
We can
Ooh.
watch it in the Discord after stream if you're available. The Army ceases communication. The death of Wall Street. The end of America is near. Blue. The Army ceases communication. Biden pressed a dossier into Austin's firm hand. His face was stern. The resolute desk was like a rift between them. The National Guard and VA needs to tighten up in Richmond, Northam. He said he's worried about the Capitol. This stinks, Lloyd. The Secretary of Defense nodded as Biden breathed. What about Barksdale? They better get their orders? They better get their orders. Secretary Austin crossed his hands on the table and his gaze fixed on the president. We have no response from the commander. Biden turned, his jaw muscles tightening. Where am I? He asked. A furious gaze filled with a conviction. He was mad that he was lost. He had only felt since the massacres in Bosnia. Don't bullshit me, Lloyd. Lloyd Austin fixed his glasses. Finally, he managed to look away from the commander's chief, sweat building at his temples, hands cold as he predicted the calamity that would ensue once the spark landed on the powder keg. There was no other way to go about this, Biden needed to know. Fort Benning, Fort Knox, and Fort Dix have all been silent since the state of emergency was declared. We received reports of them mobilizing only at 0400. They intend to cross the Potomac. A pager went off in the hallway outside. God help us. This is it. Allahu Akbar. What? And the chat just explode.
Part of a kid bar.
And so we're gonna streak. Oh God, here it comes! Oh, my computer's lagging. Oh, the game is trying. What? Oh no. Okay, I was gonna say that's not supposed to happen. It said game over for a second. It had to spawn me in his nation. All right, chat. This is my America. Whoa! This is like squealy. Look at it. Is that beautiful?
It's divided. Do you have California or just do you have half California?
I have this green stuff.
Oh, so you got the top half, which is weird. I think you'd have Texas.
For whatever reason, Texas isn't getting involved. But I think Texas is in the middle of something.
Oh, it's neutral.
They're broken up. Oh God, you've got communist uprising in the south. Texas is going to become a war zone, chat.
Communist uprising.
The Texas Red Guards. Oh my God, that's kind of crazy.
Okay, this game is
Officially entered fiction.
Yeah. That's not a thing in Texas. There's not that many commies that came from California.
Okay, let's take a look at the focus tree. Crackdown on Denver. I tried to warn them, but they didn't listen. Now our nation is in great decline, and thousands are getting killed, and millions upon millions of people are getting displaced. Our patriots in the traitor-occupied parts of America are getting hunted down by and persecuted, and frankly, it's time we pay them with the same coin. We've managed to secure Denver. It's a nice city, but you know what it really lacks? Loyalty. Loyalty, but also law and order. We need to bring all of those things here to get things running. We're surrounded by insurrectionists, rebellions, and the traitors' imposterous government in Washington is getting ready to attack us and end the freedom in this country. So we must prepare and secure a sturdy foothold here in Denver. For if we don't succeed, America may never become great again.
Oh no.
All right. God, fiery but mostly peaceful for now. That's ironic. After Trump's hasty departure from D.C., word from him has been but both scarce. This mod is such a fucking meme. Unverified. But for the first time in days, the first officials' claim from him have gotten out to the public. The status of the new base of operations for Trump's side has been up in the air for a little while now. But the questions around where it might be has finally been answered, as it will be in Denver, Colorado. However, Trump has heavily specified that this should not be considered a capital, but rather a provisional legislative hall, as to not delegitimize him as the rightful leader of the United States. Almost immediately after this news came out, the governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, and his family went missing mysteriously. This news has sparked mass outrage in the heavily leftist city, with chants of "It's our city, not Trump's city," as they get run over by tanks, being heard across the streets, and of course mass burnings and lootings of businesses. The Denver police certainly being pushed to their limit with the news, as the riots are pivoting to be more infernal than ever than the ones experienced last summer. At this rate, Trump may be forced to take drastic measures to ensure security of the city. Curious.
Position under control. Out. You got it. All clear.
Now, what do we got for generals? Who
Got
remain
more
loyal?
tea, and I. Oh God. Well.
Expert. Logistics and defense. He does have a bonus to logistics quite a bit. Well, these guys are great attackers. Unfortunate that they're not perfect.
My God, this balkanization is. Oh jeez, oh my.
David Hillberry Burger. He's a booger.
Position under control. Out.
General Herbert Raymond John Kelly.
Infantry, gather
Wait,
around.
is that the?
Roger that.
It's time to plan to destroy America. Just like, just fucking start screaming.
Are you at war with the other breakaway nations?
Clear.
No,
Is Dark Biden a thing this game?
I think so. Just what? Really just looks at me. His eyes look up at the water.
I just distinctly remember the scene of Biden standing before the White House with it's just covered in bleary red lights.
Oh God, that was awful. That was such a meme.
Dark Biden.
It was bound to happen, kid. Striker brigades, put Commissar Czar inside of them. It's like, and starts.
That circle says another tip. Chicago's a great place to encircle.
No.
Well, Chicago's right there.
The plan will be to strike Chicago hard in the scrotum. Just the what? The what?
You heard us.
The scrotum, Chatfish. The scrotum. Alright, put those planes into service. Now, let's start dividing
Let's
these
eat it,
planes.
Chatfish, but miserable pile of squiggles.
I want to assign you with air support planes, so we shoot down the other planes that are traitors to my country. Check.
Shoot down the airplane. You won't be playing.
Divide those planes, put them over there. Now all those planes should be ordered to kill other planes. Those are air superiority planes or whatever, right? Yes. Which planes are you? Attack helicopters. Check.
Chugga 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 chugga. Chugga chatfish.
And then we divide these planes, or we order these planes to do ground support. And then we divide these planes with this button here. I wish you could just divide them up across all the armies. It's so goddamn annoying. Actually, can't divide those. Aren't enough of them to divide. Actually, those I want to assign to the army in the north, which will be you. You get those planes. There we go. We're gonna bomb the shit out of them. Just like,
Yeah, bitches would prefer not to be bombed. Thank you.
no. Says no to them. Like, oh.
Chip's so mean and bullies his chap, bitch.
Okay,
Also,
we're out of fuel.
according to the April Fool's poll, you are a foolish gamer, Gibbs.
What are you talking about?
Dumb poll I put up in the fucking Bickering bunch
You
chat.
think you're funny? He's like, don't hurt me. It's so squirrely. And I
But
started
according
killing
to
him.
Chatfish, you are a foolish gamer.
Fuck, I invested into Colt, and Colt betrayed me. Time to invest into Springfield. It's like, woohoo, Springfield. Oh, this is so ass. I hate this. Look at this shit. You see all this crap I gotta do? Fuck it. There should just be a button to just make shit I need. Light mechanized. God damn it. This is my least favorite thing about Hearts of Iron. Alright, so light mechanized. There's light mechanized. Next! It needs motorized. Oh, fucking motorized. Where's the motorized? There. Next!
Motor oil.
Reconnaissance tank. What? What about... Okay, I guess we just need tanks now. Reconnaissance tank. Basic self-propelled.
Striker probably the closest you got. The other ones look like just someone Abrams alternatives.
Main battle tank. And then the next thing the game wants is...
Everything.
Mechanized. We don't have regular mechanized. That'll solve that. Slide that there. Next up, game wants self-propelled anti-air. Self-propelled anti-air. Wait, self-propelled anti-air?
Eh?
That's a vehicle.
Self-propelled gun.
Any command equipment? I don't even have self-propelled anti-air. I might have to design some self-propelled... What was the thing? Command equipment. Oh my god, I can't even manufacture all the things I need. Boop. Okay, there we go. We don't really need a factory working on that, to be honest with you. Now, what's the next thing it wants? It wanted self-propelled anti-air.
Might need to design it. I don't think you have that. I just think that's the
Oh, there
one
it is.
self-propelled. Oh, that one. Okay. I was just labeling AA weird.
All right, Minnesota, you're going to become the war factory. Because you're far away from the front line. All right, let's see. She's like, what? Switch to trade. Trade with Canada. We're going to have to. Unfortunately.
Beat Canada. They're like us, but worse.
We're super behind resources. We need rubber. Rubber, Texas, give rub.
Rub.
President Trump declares a state of emergency. Death to traitors. Allahu Akbar. Check it. Okay, this is going to be absolute shit. I can tell you almost with absolute certainty, Chatfish.
What were some of those like hoods?
I've already. Either way, we're moving our boys. U.S. 7th Fleet remains in Taiwan. Denver crackdown. Make a choice, Mr. President. Brep. He's like, eep. Chat, we must save America. Uh-oh, something happened. Democrats refuse diplomacy. I knew they were terrorists. Kill them. It's like, start
Kill
screaming.
every last one.
Show no mercy. My God, so friggin' laggy. What the fuck? Okay, maybe I'll.
I don't remember Hearts of Iron always being this laggy.
So normally not. It's probably all these pop-ups. Oh my God. It's because 60 wars just started. These are all the wars that happened in America. The KKK? What? Okay, whatever.
Huh?
Yeah, they're
Gotta go
apparently
Los
a
Angeles.
war.
Their theme?
This is some fucking crack and cocaine fucking bullshit right now.
Whose side are they on?
What's actually really fun in this mod, Mamu, is playing as Japan, and then America abandons you, and Japan just looks at China and is like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then China's like looking at Taiwan, I like what I see. I like what I... And then it killed him.
Do you think China would even succeed at a war against Taiwan?
No.
They even get to Taiwan is a real question.
Okay, School, you have to read this.
Hard to read. Let me zoom in.
You gotta read this because it's from Toad. Yes, the Europeans do get involved in this shit, by the way. And China starts land grabbing in this game.
Let me close the MAGA hats. The red ones, the white ones, the black ones. They come in all shapes and sizes, for kids and adults. Some are dirt cheap, others are limited offers, special editions, with DJT signature. This hat became a big part of your campaign, then your whole movement, and your president's. It's just a simple hat, but it says a lot. When someone wears it, they're basically shouting, "Make America great again." Even in the middle of all the chaos, your people will find each other by looking for those bright red hats. You wore it a lot too, in the White House, at rallies, everywhere. Having that hat made you feel like you were really part of the crowd. Like we're all in this together, making America great again, one step at a time. What's this all about? Well, Jared, and some other advisor said that the MAGA hat is kind of like a modern day version of the cockade that the Continental Army uses. So they think it would be cool if the president, just like George Washington himself, could wear a symbol of his new revolution. At least in all the official stuff and the media. On the other hand, it would mess up your killer hairstyle. Which is a big symbol in itself. Whether or not to wear something that your fans find as important as American apple pie, the Second Amendment is up to you. Just remember, you won't be able to show off your amazing hair.
Fine,
Oh my
Dan. Bring out the
God.
stash. I got one for every day of the week. Choosing this option will ensure that all portraits of Trump feature him wearing the distinctive MAGA hat. Oh my God. All right, chat. Yes or no to the hat? Yes for hat, no for no hat. You decide. It's like, hat.
Only you.
Fucking, oh my God.
Only you can prevent forest fire.
Well-managed democracy. Choose correctly again. It looks like they will.
Well, Chatfish vote on hat. I need to check something. Ease up on conscription completed. Reunify America. Okay, there's not a lot I can do there. I can buy guns from small arms markets, though. For billions of dollars. I love democracy, says Chatfish. Alright, Chatfish have voted. The vast majority of Chatfish, except for a couple, want to see hair instead of hat, have chosen hat. Fine, Dan. Bring out the stash. I got one for every day of the week. Alright, now when I click on my leader portrait, he better be wearing the fucking hat. There we go. Look at that. Vanguard of America.
Does Trump become God Emperor Trump if he wins the revolution? That's the real question.
He switches to God Emperor portrait.
Yeah.
By the way, I think the Biden's troops are getting absolutely plastered in this war. Let's see. Yeah, they are. 55 dead, 0 dead on our side. Granted, it's only been like a day. Okay, 62 dead. That's nuts. Like, nobody's dying on our side. What the hell? I just don't believe it. Trudeau invokes the emergency acts. Shut up, Trudeau. Slaps him. He's like, eh. Future of the government. The United Nations secures Miami. The UN doing something? Question mark? The future of the U.S. government. We must reestablish civilian authority. American Constitution completes focus. Suspend habeas corpus. Activates Congress in session.
Habibi.
Okay, so what's this do? Reestablish civilian authority or suspend habeas corpus? Now, what was the thing in the chat? The thing, there's some stuff in here. For the paid part of the request. I requested Trump's America, ACG. We're on that part. Libertarian political path. Pro-military. Okay. Everything else is up to you. Okay, so I assume that's going to be suspend the habeas corpus. I think. I believe. The middle line, unite the party. Oh my god. Oh my god, what's more base than that picture there? Burgers and fries. What? That should be Coke, not Pepsi.
Pepsi's perfect. Leave it.
Oh my god, the new Tea Party. That stopped being a thing
Cringe.
billions of years ago, didn't it?
Billions of years ago.
Yeah. Like, that was like when I was in high school. I remember hearing about the Tea Party. Like, as a political movement in the modern times.
I don't remember it. It was before my time, therefore I didn't really care. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go for the right path because that says minimize militias, and you want pro-militia military.
Yes, it's minimize. Wasn't that what it said? I'm sure.
Yeah, it's on the right
military.
side.
Okay, so pro would be in the middle. It'd have to be the middle. So
Realign Congress and Power of the People. Sabotage the remnants movement.
this will give us authority, stability.
I only see minimize the military, but not really support the militias. So maybe the center or left path. Think center path? Libertarian political path. That would be New Tea Party, maybe?
No civilian government is the libertarian path. No civilian government is the libertarian path. Okay.
Yes.
So we must reestablish civilian authority. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, is this the libertarian path on the left-hand side here? The new
Well, I
Tea
think you
Party
must
or the
do.
core movement?
I think you must do restore civilian authority first.
Oh, the libertarian's right there. See, look. Liberalize
yeah,
the
there
party.
it is.
All right, we must reestablish civilian authority.
Which means that's you're doing the far left path.
Yep. What's that path over there? Rally the Patriots. We'll gain 5 legitimacy. What does legitimacy do for me? Pick a new vice president. Request aid from Japan. Help me, Shinzo Abe!
As long as you have your Americans, fuck my Japanese women. Good. They will be half-breeds, but they will still be Japanese.
Weekly National Fury. What the fuck is National Fury? Huh. I'm trying to think. Appoint. Okay, so this can actually help us with different things. Oh no, Beano's doing things. Oh no, Beano's do. This is kind of a tricky one. All right, so do we go for this now? That gives us 5 legitimacy. What does legitimacy do? Is this? I think. Negotiate with the bureaucrats. Appeasing bureaucrats. Okay, gotcha. ally with the super packs. I don't know if I'd want to do that yet. Oh my god, there's so many choices. Fuck. All right, we're gonna save. There. Now I can come back here if I fuck up. Activate the national defense thing. I mean, we do want to activate military things, but we're going to do the Tea Party thing first. We're going to get our legitimacy up. Because I feel like if I don't get my legitimacy up, like, this whole thing's going to be for nothing. Image of president? What's that do? Minus 0.05% political power every day? What? Gets event portrait of the president. This event will give a choice on how Trump portrays himself to the populace, as well as relevant bonuses. Okay. Pick a new vice president. We can do that. I didn't mean to do that, but I did.
Meow. Meow.
Good. Americans are burning. Like, see if we can push to pinch the guys up here. That'd be ideal. VP for America. Vice President Wood is a great person, but he lacks charisma and is not well known to the public. He was chosen as a temporary replacement for the Vice President's position to ensure the stability and functionality of the government. Now, with the situation constantly changing, Trump must choose a better second-in-command for the country. There are many great patriots and exceptional individuals to consider, but only one of them can be chosen. Jim Jordan. He's a nice guy, very patriotic and loyal to the cause. I like him. I love the fucking...
I like that guy. He's
6
cool.
stability and 3 war support. That's not bad. Blows him in the past. Blows him in the past, but now he's totally our guy. Marco Rubio. He helps with political power gain per day, but hurts our stability by 7%.
Oh.
Byron Donalds, amazing orator, very loyal, very hands-on. Will get us support from black folks. Damn. Oh my god.
Funny.
5%.
Duck against $2. I just shut up. Who you playing as?
We're doing Trump at the
God
moment.
Emperor.
Yeah, we're playing as the God Emperor. It's like, whoop. Jim Jordan.
Look at that
All
fuzzy
right.
in here, so I'll add that donation.
I will let chat decide. Chatfishes, choose correctly, you little fat bitches. So do we go Jim? Do we go Marco? Or do we go Byron? I'll read the bonuses one last time, and then you must decide, little fishes. Jim. Gain conservative popularity plus 3%. He's a populist. Stability. We get 6% bonus to stability and 3% bonus to war support. As a reminder, stability affects our political power gain, our division organization, construction speed, factory output, dockyard output, monthly expense growth, which are finances in the top right. Unique mechanic for this game. We are $10 trillion in debt. We'll fix that. Oh no, we're only $10 billion. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. And resistance to occupied territories. War support affects our defensive, because we're in a defensive war, world tension. Affects mobilization speed, surrender limit, division attack on core territory, which just helps with pushing and stuff.
Kaka says, can I add my donation to Marco?
Yes, you may if you so desire. And thank you for the nation, very generous.
Yes, $2 from Marco.
Well, chat, that puts Marco Rubio on the lead. Will you let Byron Donalds and Jim Jordan be replaced by Marco Rubio? Like, that guy! I know Marco Rubio is like a guy who was once a Cuban or something? I don't remember.
He was
He's
once
Cuban
a
heritage.
Cuban.
Yeah, he's one of the Cuban, like, descendants of people who fled Cuba, right?
Yes.
Yep. For those Europeans who don't know, basically there's a lot of Cubans in basically the Florida region and stuff like that because they flee Cuba to get away from that country. So it's basically sort of similar to North Korea, with North Koreans fleeing to South Korea. Cubans will sometimes flee Cuba to get to America to flee the oppression. Unlike in the case of like illegal immigrants, Cubans are actually legitimate refugees fleeing an actual country that they can't do anything about. He's also Catholic, that's why I picked him. Wow, that's actually a terrible reason. You're not thinking about any other reason? What if he's a murderer? He's like, fuck, what if he's a murderer? You gotta
Well,
have
yeah,
like a
he's
little bit more than
Catholic.
that. I'm a simple guy. I just
You
like
know,
PP.
I'm starting to see why certain voters were concerned about Catholic president.
Chatfishers might be.
They recruit their own. They're basically Indians.
They're like Muslims. Muslims do the exact same thing. Just like, what? Allahu Akbar. This explodes. Alright, Chatfish have chosen. No contention. Marco Rubio. I'm gonna let that sit for 60 seconds.
Give them the rub, yo.
The Beano's working hard, but is he working hard enough for me?
No.
Big philosophical
Work 'em
questions. harder. There's a murder that's between him and his priest. Damn, Chacho don't care. Let's see, political power. It does give us 24 political power, or 25 political power. That might pay dividends in the long run. It could be wise, or it could be dumb. I'm not entirely sure.
Like at the portrait changes.
Go, go, go! They're getting blasted to pieces in there. With all kinds of liberals and all left anti criminals pouring on.
A liberal
The
from my tractor.
streets of
What do I do?
What do I do? I could reverse and go random, or I could just go forward and run them over. Clicks on reverse. Think about the gas prices. Nah. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. Fucking oh my god. All right, she's Denver under control. The protest rifle government and help the deep state. We must decide on how to act in the situation. This is a violent
Help the
insurrection.
deep state.
I misread that. 10% power to patriots. Populist and libertarian power. We were told to go the libertarian route. So libertarian route it is. We must keep ourselves restrained. Our boys in blue need to only arrest violent thugs. There we go. Request aid from Japan. Alright, Japan, it is time for you to honor your obligations to me. I don't know about India. Abe, and everybody else. Because he doesn't know. Serbia invades Kosovo. Oops. Like, as they just disappear.
What are the casualties right now? Now that the war's gone on for a tiny bit.
Well, currently we've lost 1,000 patriots. And 9,000 traitors like that.
That's actually a pretty good ratio. That's a really good ratio.
Now, if we can keep that up in the war, we should be golden. Your people are scared. They're in disarray all across our territories. They want to hear you, to see you. They want to your reassurance. Brian and Tucker say people need a great rally in Denver to show everyone, especially haters and suckers. I feel like they wouldn't use that verbiage anymore. It'd be like enemies and traitors, probably. But yeah, that Denver is a mega city. It is a safe place, a lot of security, and many beautiful supporters that can feel a mile high stadium. The base, gonna love it. What? The verbiage there is all fucky-wucky. Brad got an idea to get people in Minneapolis spicy. We'll show them how good I am with a divisive crowd. Great city. No, it isn't. It isn't a great city. Minneapolis is a cesspit. I know, I live in the States. Shit. It's a shitty city. But close to the separation line, a lot of Antifa thugs. Possibly, but he says it will get ratings through the roof. Brave president visits a division-ridden city. Delivers a message. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to read that. The verbiage for that's weird. Fine, we won't rally, because we've got social. I'm the Mike Tyson of Twitter. Damn. That's pretty good. The rally event might be a secret like card here, but I'm gonna go after that political power instead. I'm gonna be hunting political power. We could request aid from India, but I think I'm going to go for Israel instead because they have probably better guns and equipment, if I had to be honest. I know, biased, but if I had to guess, they're probably better equipment.
Yeah, no, you do have a point. Israel does have good weapons manufacturing.
Yeah, I'll
and
take their
equipment.
stuff over the other guys, if they'll give it to me. Okay, oversee the officers. Battalion upkeep. That helps. We get some liquidity, some money.
Yeah, if you're talking small arms, you have a much more wide variety of selections, but if you're talking mostly mid-tech to high-tech stuff, yeah, Israel's the only one that can compete.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm just looking at my country, okay? Rally the people.
Is that mutually exclusive with the libertarian path you're going down, or is that a different
No,
one?
these you can do these. So whenever you see these
Okay.
little lines here, that's mutually exclusive. So we can actually do
Okay, I
these
guess.
3, and we can do these 3. But that's it. Division attack and division defense. We're going to go for mediate the hardliners with the hardliners because we're going to go for propagate American exceptionalism because that'll give us a bonus to 2.5% attack and 3.5% defense. Any buffs to our attack and defense will help massively. So let's see, mediate with the hardliners. I've decided to speak to some of my most loyal followers in the administration and in the military. So Mike comes to me. I ask what to do. We need to make this country great again. And he says, Mr. President, we got to quit messing around. That's what he said. And that means we must go big on our enemies, both inside and out. He suggested the measures I should take, very appropriate measures for our situation. There we go. Anything I can do with the officer corps? Not really. I see. Squealy, what do you think of that?
I see. Very good. Very lucky, if you will. A lucky star, perhaps.
What did Jeffish mean by this?
What do they mean by it?
Logistics wizard, beautiful. Damn, I'm out of command power. Ah, the British have sided with the wrong side of history, I see. Canada leaves NATO. The ripples of the Second American Civil War grow. So I was able to take that tile, but I will not probably be able to hold that tile. Which means pressing any
You might need
sort
to,
of attacks is not a good idea.
You might need to bleed them out a little bit first before able to push.
There's a good chance of that fuzzy
If you
wuzzy.
could take Chicago and at least get someone more industrial, yep, you got pushed back.
Yeah, we can't push. I don't think an offensive will work. Our logistics are probably
just-
shit. They're shit. And if they're in
Probably
the
need
red,
to build that. Yeah, you don't have the.
we just need to let
probably
them
just have to
lead
be
their
defense.
equipment.
Okay, if you could take Chicago in general, you'll be in a lot better spot.
If we lose a tile here and there, that's
Problem.
fine. Return of the Lost Children. You received a surprise call from Mike. He phoned you from the border town where he's staying with other border crossing Republicans. He told you all the stories and finally realized why you were the better choice. He realized he was wrong. He said that Washington's swamp is a symbol of America's deep-rooted problems. But he's part of the swamp, so don't worry about it. And he's sorry for not doing the right thing. Oh, Mike, where was the spirit when you could have just pulled the Jefferson and saved our country? But what does he want? A place for his people, his Christian conservatives, maybe, something more. He could be useful, after all. You never denied his experience in the field, and appearing forgiving and building a coalition is something that may resonate with the sentimental part of your base. Pence comes back like a prodigal son, and he's accepted back into the fold. Not something a Democrat would ever do. They only want the only most spineless people to fill the GOP leadership. His people at least believe in something. You may disagree, but at least they have something to disagree with. But come on, publicly shaming him? Imagine the ratings, little Mikey Pensy, desperately craving attention after betraying his fellow countrymen. This is called treason, Mike. We punish hard for it. Big mistake. Mike, have you forgotten? I don't forget, and certainly don't forgive. In this case, it's time to consolidate. We need our boys all on the same side. Don't forgive? Chatfish, I'm thinking about the fact that we need to, like, get things turned around here. Chatfish, like, Chatfish don't care. Chatfish want head. I'm just like, oh my god.
Chatfish only know hatred.
Alright, forgives or not?
To forgive or not to forgive? That is the question.
Well, chap, I think pretty much says contest. You better contest now, boy. You swore you would. Give me all of your chat bucks. Like, there's my chat bucks. Shake him upside down. Become a violent, evil bastard. Damn, Chatfish. I know he's a traitor. But damn. Pretty much wants $1. Thank you,
What's
nation.
that
Very
for?
generous.
A contest.
For what? No mercy, says Chatfish. Chatfish are evil. No mercy for his soul. Chatfish will never forgive. Chatfish are filled with hatred. Like, yeah, he much.
Never forgive.
Nation fuzz fuck. Now.
Alright, it appears nobody wants to contest that from what I can tell. Well, you have 60 seconds to do so, chat. If not, forever hold your peace. Never forgive. Kid pick. Put it towards Mech Assault. Mech Assault. Do you like my Indio I have, Squealing? Is it pretty good?
Yeah. I said I found fucking Indio doll funny. That's
supposed to be on yesterday, but I forgot to turn it on. Let's see. There, I will become honorable Chatfish.
Do you like my Indio?
Chatfish fighting for
Honorable
America.
Kibu.
Never forgive. Sandwich. Kid pick. Alright, it doesn't appear.
You know,
Mike,
for some reason,
have
I
you...
missed the...
Wait, hold on, Squealy. Did you think we had forgotten?
Do you think we had forgiven?
Blast.
For some reason, I'm having nostalgia for the Jade Empire streams.
The highest defense rating commander. It's this guy. The Appalachian Chatfishes.
Appalachian fishing. Wow.
Ouchies. Why are we winning, chat? Why are we winning the war?
Chiboba. It's true. Chiboba.
Taliban enters Kabul. Well, don't care. Alright, we got that. Now we get this. 35 days to get to attack thing. So, I've met many people throughout my career. I've been to many countries too. But no other nation and no other person can match the spirit of an American. We have the greatest, smartest, and most hardworking people on Earth has ever known. The world owes us a great debt, and not vice versa. We are the nation of the greatest, most important industrial and technological advancements. We defeated the Schnazis, we defeated communism, and we defeated ISIS. I like how 2 of those are major threats, and one's like a little fucking yappy dog that we accidentally made by accident. It's like, and for the last
Ignore that.
75 years or so,
Huge.
we have been carrying the world on our economy on our back. We have given so much to the world. So much, but it's time for America to take care of itself. It's time for America first. No more foreign aid and no more wars. After we're done with it at home, it's time to help the American people. And then I will go to war with China immediately when I get the first chance. It's like, you son of a bitch.
I'm in.
Ground invasion, fall on.
You son of a chat. I'm in.
We're still slowly losing on the front. But on the bright side, we are bleeding them, I think.
No, actually.
No, actually, no,
they're
we're not.
bleeding you.
They're bleeding me.
Yeah, I think the lack of equipment is hurting you.
Yeah, they have to have a lack of equipment, too. Oh, that was the reason why those went up, because of those divisions that were cut off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Okay, we can ask for aid. Keep our promises. Utilize military expertise. I'm not entirely sure how to win this, honestly. Indian lethal aid, which grants 3.5%. Okay, we just need to stack these bonuses, I think. God damn it. Invasion. Well, that's not my problem.
Is double to 5 while you're still a teen? Says rape.
We need you to double check that everything was made to find out whether that's a thing or not.
I like how it's at 6,000, by the way.
Propagate
What were
American
the
exceptionalism.
what were the extended goals for art? Cheap, low.
What was that? The first
What were
one
the
was
extended
500
goals?
over for an animation from Beano, and another 500 for a statue from Baffios.
From Beefos. What about after that?
That's it.
No.
I don't want to add any more. Any more is adding more workloads to the artists that don't need them.
I just thought you were speculating on the on the Jake art piece.
The Jake art piece. We shall see.
We shall sneed.
It's entirely dependent on what Chatfishies raised. Like, Chatfishies love being fishy. And then they look at you, and you smooch them right on the lips.
Rapiar's asking, is Double Fire Warrior still a thing?
Yes, I already answered that. The stream isn't technically doubled, no.
Stupid.
I had to step away for a sec.
Stupid.
Although I'm pretty sure Fire Warrior is more than funded.
Okay, we need to do this route to start pushing. Because we're losing territory. We're losing ground on the north. And we need to lobby with patriots to get Russian support of all things.
Sorry.
Actually, do we? We don't need guns.
Patriot.
I think you just see manufacturing capabilities.
Anti-Western parties in Macedonia. We need bold attack. We start leveling that stuff. Staying ahead of the curve on losses, I think. Balkan countries leave NATO. Like, scream as they plump out of NATO, falling off the ledge of sorrow. I need to keep researching chat bitches. I need factories to shoot out factory stuff faster. I had a schedule.
I just got here. I didn't do anything wrong. Schmormu fuck.
Damn, he's mad. I didn't read what that said. I didn't. Elon Musk pledges to support Donald Trump. Elon, this guy is a rising star, I tell you. Thanks for your contribution. He gives us $1 billion and 100 political power. He gives us Elon, this guy is a rising star, I tell you. Let's see, Elon Musk, which grants a bunch of things. But he hurts our stability like a potato. Is available. $2 billion in liquidity. Political power or that? I think we'll take him as a minister. And then we'll get a ton of money, which we might be able to use in buying equipment that we're missing. Woohoo! Alright, so what are we missing? Tanks. Tanks are missing for starters.
Bing, wahoo.
Reconnaissance tank, and light armored cars. Until the Russian tanks. Oh, God help me. German tanks. Oh, fuck it. Just take everything. I want it all. I want it all. It just keeps doing it. Now, how are we doing on guns now? Oh, we have a surplus. Beautiful. We can now launch the Great American Crusade. Fucking screams. Keep getting attack upgrades across the board with my little generals. Oh, I can't afford that. Stack those attack bonuses and launch the counteroffensive. Netanyahu declares national emergency. No, I need your guns, you little shit, come back. He's like, no, I don't think I will. Falls over it. God. Chat, we must take Chicago for the glory of America. Like, we love Chicago. Chatfish, don't say that. Bad. Bad Chatfish. Bad. Spritzes them.
One day you too will become a real Chicago.
Brrr, I hear little birds. For America! Screams. Enforce partisan unity. Fund the militias. I don't know. I don't know about militias. West Virginia aid insurgency. Give them guns. Give them
West
guns.
Virginia.
Super cool
Take
to the
me
Trump
home.
administration. She's like, what? Super cool.
Super cool.
Super cool to the homeless. West Virginia.
Where do you get that from, Kivs?
South Park.
Oh.
California. Super cool to the homeless. It's why they're trying to convince the homeless to go to California. Because they're zombies.
Oh. Gang, gang, gang.
I need to win this war, god damn it. I think we're winning it, I'm not entirely sure. The little champions should blow up.
Explode.
Are you ready to rumble? Tremendous.
Tremendous.
Portrait of President Trump. Division war support defense. I am the most macho president ever. Attack. Yes, I am the visionary of capitalism. We must be aggressive. We must be.
I am the visionary of capitalism itself. I am capitalism.
I am the capitalist. I am all the communists. Just fucking like emaciated child. Just falls over dead.
I have free health care. They will see you in 3 years. But I have cancer. Too bad. 3 years.
You will wait longer. You will. Alright, we're out of equipment. That offensive failed ultimately. Welcome to World War I, the video game chat. Welcome to World War. We don't want our casualties to be as high as theirs, alright? Like, that's all I'm asking. Airburst weapons. I can fuck this up somehow.
Maybe.
I know I'm just not able to push. Just can't move. Can't.
Well,
scooch.
because you.
Let's see. I don't know if we can win this chat. I think we're cooked. I think we're cooked unless something major happens. I'm getting this ahead of schedule. Don't know why, but I am.
Yeah, because if you look at the southern states, it's just a big mess. Redneck revolt. Like what? Army of God. These names.
Mother of God.
Vladimir Putin is dead. Well, so much for asking for Russia, bro. Oh, actually, we're gonna say gun. He is dead. Pass budget cuts to get $75 billion more dollars.
So if you had more of the southern states join you, you would be able to push, but unfortunately you don't.
Oh fuck! I've had a focus available for like ages. Mobilize the militias. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I think that'd be a bad idea. Let's see. Libertarian political path and pro-militia military. Dang.
Well, we got no choice.
Let's see. Division defense. I mean, it will help us defend, I suppose. So let's read it. Mobilize the militias. The First Amendment has not stopped the deep state from establishing its chokehold on our way of life. Our hope now rests with the Second Amendment, especially the militias who are willing to restore our way of life. No amount of bombs and tanks would smoke us out, not for as long as we keep our rifles by our side.
Keep your waifu by your side. This guy looks like he fucks guns.
Okay. We have a division's trapped in the bottom down there, and they're cooked. I think we're kind of losing. I don't think we can break them out. I'm gonna try, but like they're probably fucking dead. Yeah, they're dead. The problem is they got British volunteers and German volunteers, and I don't have anything.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna do it. They are gonna extra manpower. It's probably gonna lose us because of that.
Yeah, I think this is
The British support the
this is looking
communists.
like a pretty big L, Chatfish.
You guys are starting to take more of the southern
But
states, which means they're gonna get more manufacturing
This will be
capabilities.
our first attempt. I'm gonna call this not a failure yet, but I'm gonna call it here. Mostly because I need to eat dinner and I'm hungry.
Yeah, and you probably just need to probably do your approach better, differently, like the build up to it.
If we did multiplayer,
Now that you know
if
what
I
you
could
have-
get like hands or somebody to do Japan and just get one nation to send me military divisions, like volunteers, I think I'd be okay. Is the problem is
Yeah,
I
but
see
yeah.
volunteers from all the European powers here, and I'm like, all right, dude, like I can handle the other guy, but like Britain, I was like, you know, not the worst. And then I see Germany, I'm like, okay, we're really getting into the fucking shitter bitter. And Germany's even giving them
Yeah.
guns. Oh fuck god.
Yeah, no wonder.
I'm not getting
Yours-
any support. Yeah. Alright. Well, either way, Chatfish, we'll pop in the Discord server. Thank you for the generous donations and great job making the weekly.